What's up with it? Y'all already know what it is. You tuned in to another episode of Everything Boxing. I don't watch reality TV. I watch boxing. Yeah. Y'all already know what to do when you come in the building. Smash on that like button and hit that comment section. Let me know you're in the building. Waiting for Money Brown to get off in the building. And like I said, hit the comment section. Let me know y'all in the building today. D. Walker, what's happening? He said that Big Texas checking in. Salute. The Brotherhood, what's happening with it? Salute. He says it depends who Lopez fight next. If he's going after Tank or somebody more proven than Haney, then it's not a duck. CB Sports TV off in the building. What's good with it, fam? Money Brown, what's happening with it?
What's going down, big bro? What's going down? D. Walker, the Brotherhood, CB Sports, the big bro. What's going down? CB chilling, fam, chilling, trying to get the rest of this homework shit out the way. What's going down, though, fam?
Man, I know you can't wait till your little vacation come, dog.
Boy, I'm praying for that motherfucker to come.
Yes, sir. I know you can't wait. Lord to the game. Boxing Talk. Kwame off in the building. What's happening? He said, what's up, my brothers? Best new boxing YouTube channel. We appreciate that, man. Y'all, you already know, man. You got the best boxing group. Shit, be popping up in there.
Yeah. And I gotta start pushing that a little bit more too. That's gonna make a hater mad. The best boxing group on Facebook. Lord to the game, boxing.
Some facts.
Now this nigga and Kwame best friends now. Them niggas used to talk about each other to me. Them niggas just let me shut up, dog.
Hey, you know. Reese, bruh, what's happening? Man, that's that video, dog. I'll still be laughing about that video boy put up, man. That shit was funny, dog.
Man.
And when she get out the shower and water just be running down her leg from that wet pussy, you would never feel the feeling. You would never feel this feeling when she get out the shower.
That nigga say smelling like roses and berries. Berries and roses.
Hey, man, y'all gotta, man, that shit was funny as hell, dog. I was like, man, what's wrong with this dude? Man, yes, sir. Yeah, we got a show for y'all today. Yeah, we gonna get into it today. We got a show for y'all today. And we got a show. Like I said, we're gonna get the show started real soon. And hit that like button. Hit the like button. Let's see. Run down what's all the fights going on real quick, Money. What run down the fights that we got going on this week?
Bro, that Joshua and Pulev face off was fire though, bro. I should have sent it to you.
Oh shit, I ain't seen it.
Oh man, I'm gonna post that shit on there.
Champ Ross off in the building. What's good with it?
But we got Joshua and Pulev. You know, that's that come on early. I'm gonna be streaming that deal. You know, we got Kurt Stevenson. We got Lil B Hop. We're prime time now, as he calls himself. We got Richard Hitchison on that card. Richard Hitchison. And it's another one, dog. It's all step up fights too. I liked it, that card, bro.
Lil B, what you think about Lil B Hop at 130?
I like him, dog. I like his style. I like his skill set. You know, he's not running from nobody. He won't smoke. You know what I'm saying? I like his attitude going forward. You know, he did show that he can have power. I don't think he got as much power as in the when he had stopped old boy of that nature, but he got things to make up for the power because he do got a good defense and he can outbox your ass. You know, I just don't want him to get caught up because I hate when people try to force these dudes to knock somebody out. Oh yeah, yeah, Boston, but can he knock him out? You know, I understand though. Like if you play to your strengths, and we just seen that with Devin Haney. You know what I mean? You want to try to go out there and try to knock somebody out, then we don't knock them out. People try to criticize you, bro. Oh yeah, we got the Felix Verdejo fight too. I think that's
Oh
tomorrow's
yeah,
fight.
yep. Felix
But
Fidel, that's on ESPN.
people try to they try to force you to knock somebody out. But if you just stick to your strengths and tell people what you is and go out there and do what you say you're gonna do for outboxing these boys, making them look bad, and then when you knock them out, it's the icing on the cake, you know. But I like Lil B Hop, bro. I like his style. I don't like what he said about Wilder. I keep it real. I don't like that shit, you know. But other than that, you know, I can't deny a skill set inside the ring. You can never deny the skill set inside the ring. So he promising. You know, he got a high ceiling as long as he stay on the right road and stay grinding as it look like he want to, you know. So I like Lil Prime Time, bro. I give him credit for what he do. You know, I give him credit. I can't take nothing away from the kid.
Yeah, I like B Hop, man. He got swag. He a cool down to earth dude. You meet him, you know what I'm saying? I like B Hop, you know. He at the 130 divisions, a whole lot of smoke right there. But you know, I like B Hop, man. My man Brandon Max, stay ready, boxing TV, Mister. You ain't gotta get ready if you stay ready. What's good with it, fam? Uh
Mac was going down. Hell yeah, brotherhood. Hell yeah.
yep. Uh my partner Sylvester 2011 off in the building. What's happening with it? Yeah, y'all hit the like button when you come in the building, man. Yeah. So what's your before we get into the real smoke, you know, what's your prediction? Let me get everybody's before we get the show started. Let me get everybody's final prediction, and I'm gonna start with you, Money, and then everybody in the chat. Let me get everybody's final prediction of the big fight coming up on Saturday with Anthony Joshua and Pulev. What y'all got in what y'all got? What's the outcome of that fight? Let me get everybody in the chat.
It's gonna be an early fight too for us over here in America. That's what I like about it. But I got Joshua, bro. Hey, they talk. Hey, Kim, I'm sending it to you. You probably catch it though. They talking that shit though, dog. And then them just got the punching each other fists, and you hear the knuckles here. I'm like, what y'all trying to do? Break each other motherfucking hands before the fight? But it's gonna be a good one, bro. Pulev look like he ready, bro. Somebody go show Joshua that he better than him. He respect the things of that nature. You know, Joshua tell that boy, humble yourself. Okay, I get it, you know, but he's talking. Hey man, it was fire, bro. It was fire. But like I say, man, I'm looking to see what game plan Pulev come out with. Is he gonna take a piece of Andy Ruiz and try to go straight towards his ass and try to gas him out in the end? You know, even with that being dangerous, because when you try to fight Joshua, you know, he more dangerous in the first 6 rounds than the last 6 rounds. You know, and Anthony Joshua, do you come back out being the Anthony Joshua that want to fight instead of boxing? Because you went out there and boxed Andy Ruiz in the last fight to get your scraps back, which I'm not pissed off because, like I say, you knew that was a fight you couldn't lose. But now, since you got your scraps back, what type of game plan do you come out here with? Are you the still Anthony Joshua before losing the title? Or is this a new Anthony Joshua that you know that if you get caught on that damn chin, you can go down? So you want to be a little bit more, you know, safer in the ring and try to box your way to these wins. And if you hurt somebody, you go out there and try to jump on them. So it's gonna be a chess match. Well, I ain't gonna say it's gonna be a chess match. I want to see if it's gonna be a chess match or if they gonna come out in this thing and bang. Because the way that the way that weigh-in was, if they come out with that type of energy, bro, that shit gonna be fire. That shit gonna be fire, bro. So I'm looking forward to a good scrap key. But like I say, I'm taking Anthony Joshua by knockout, 7th or 8th round knockout. That's how Money Brown getting down.
I don't know how I missed that shit, though. I forgot all about that weigh-in was today.
Because that shit was early, and you probably weren't tripping off the weigh-in being that early.
Yeah, man, I'm sure finna watch it, though. I might watch it while we on here, while you cooking. Shit. Okay, so man, before I get into the comments, like I said yesterday, I got AJ winning by a decision. I think that AJ just gonna outbox him. I don't think that AJ he can. I'm not gonna say he can knock out Pulev because Pulev ain't never been knocked out. So I see it going to the scorecards. Now, let me get into the comments. Champ Ross said he got Joshua KO in 5. Okay. The Brotherhood said he got AJ by decision. The same shit I got. Reese Bro says he got AJ winning too. Sylvester Benson, he says don't like Joshua. He's a boxing robot. He getting better though. Since he cut down a lot of that muscle mass he got, you can see he's getting better as far as boxing. You know, Reese Bro says Shakur versus Taka Saturday. That's another one, man. I'm excited to see Shakur fight for sure. Bruce goes salute. What's happening with it? Yeah, man, I see Joshua, and the reason, you know, we talked about Shakur yesterday. We all expect Shakur to go in there and dominate like he do in every fight. You know what I'm saying? He dominates every fight. What you say your man said about Shakur yesterday? Yeah, what you say your little man said about Shakur yesterday?
Hold on, who said something about Shakur?
Your young bull, the amateur.
Oh yeah, man. Nah, he ain't no amateur. He a professional fighter.
He pro now. Okay.
Yeah, he said hey, he talk a lot of shit, dog. That's my dog, and he bagging shit up because he spoiled everybody, dog. He got pictures with everybody. I did a video on my G, and I interviewed him. I can get him on right now, but he say, man, he spoiled everybody. Like, what about this fighter, Devin Haney? I beat his ass. What about Mama Chico? I beat his ass. What about this fighter? I'm like, what about Shakur? That nigga say, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. That's one nigga say I spoiled him once. They say I couldn't hit that motherfucker. He said I couldn't hit him. He said that nigga that good, he couldn't hit him though. He said that nigga the truth for real. You know what I'm saying? But he said he got better. Shakur got better. But he like, man, when I ran into that nigga, he like, I ain't gonna even lie. That nigga got the best of him, dog. He couldn't touch him. He said he couldn't touch him, dog.
Right. What weight class is he in? Again, go ahead.
You talking about my guy?
Yeah.
122, but he can go from 118 up to 126. You know what I'm saying? But you know, he be bouncing from here and there and shit.
Right. Yeah, man. That lets you know, man. That lets you know everybody that's ever got in there with Shakur, they always talk about Shakur. He really a problem, you know. So yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm excited to see Shakur fight. Let me get through some more of these comments, and then we're going to get straight into it. Drew Titan, what's good with it? Big Drew Titan off in the building. Hey, Drew, man,
what's going on, Drew?
Drew, I seen that interview that you did with you and Blu-ray, man. That shit was dope. And it really got me wanting to buy that program. Real talk. That shit, you got me. Hey, you didn't convince me. Drew, you didn't convince me. Got me want to spend that $1,000 and buy that program. Real talk. Man. But shit, you gotta have, you know, man. But when he said that 700,000 push-ups, that shit kind of scared me. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. That's another level, man.
My bro, Big Red in the building. Red was going down, champ.
That's a whole nother level, man. Oh shit. Like now I could bust like 110 push-ups out, you know, straight without stopping. But they talking about 700, 1,000, you know, before you start your workout. I'm like, nah, I don't know if I'm ready for that. I'm gonna just keep it 100. Matt Russ, what's good? So money, let's talk about it, okay? I want to talk about first I want to get into what was going on. I went and watched the barbershop conversations. I went and watched Fred's shit from the other night, right? When he had he had Bob Arum on there, right? So Bob Arum is on barbershop conversations, and he talked about a lot. Bob Arum talked about a whole lot. But the first thing I want to get into that Bob Arum was talking about is Bob Arum, you know, was on there, and Bill Haney comes in there. Bill Haney come up in there, you know, and he crashed the party. And Bill Haney is like, look, Bob, straight up and down, what's up? What's up? We you know what I'm saying? You got Teofimo Lopez, and we want to fight Teofimo Lopez. What you doing? You know what I'm saying? Is we gonna fight or not? You know, he talking loud to Bob, but Bob held his ground. Bob wasn't going. Bob was like, hey, look, man, I'm telling you like this. This is what's going on. And I'm going to tell you what's going on. And so this is what's going on with because, you know, it's a lot of talks out there that Teofimo Lopez is ducking Haney. You know, it's a lot of them talks going on. And Bob Arum, he let it know what it is. Okay, so before I even get into it, right, let me let y'all know one thing. Same thing I said with Terence Crawford, right? Teofimo Lopez has a promoter. You see what I'm saying? He has a promoter. Your promoter, basically, you gonna do what the fuck your promoter tell you to do. I mean, you know, he can. Your promoter is the one that's putting the money up and all of that, right? So y'all got to keep that in mind before you always run out here with this ducking shit, right? So Bob Arum, he told him straight up. He said, this is what's going on. He says, Teofimo Lopez right now, right at 135, Teofimo Lopez is trying to, he said we, because he says that top rank, right? Because they looking at the money. You got to understand that Bob Arum is a promoter. Bob Arum is a businessman. Promoters are businessmen. They're looking at what they can gain, right? They're looking at what they can gain and as well as the fighters, right? And he knows that, and he kept it real. He said it's bigger fights out there for Teofimo Lopez than Devin Haney. It's not about skills. Same thing with when we talk about Terence Crawford with a lot of things. It's not about skills, right? And he let it be known. Devin Haney is a great fighter. He got all the skills in the world, but it ain't got nothing to do with skills. He says it's bigger fights out there. He says in the two bigger fights that we looking at, and y'all hit my like button. If you're in the building, hit the like button. He says the two bigger fights that we're looking at right now that we want for Teofimo Lopez at 135, we want Ryan Garcia, if he can get past Luke Campbell, right? And he says, we want Tank Davis, right? He says, we want Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia. That's the two biggest fights on the table. Now, if anybody come in here and try to argue with me that Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis are not bigger fights than Devin Haney, you'll lie. You'll lie. You're not keeping it 100. Those are bigger fights than Devin Haney right now. Now, are they better than Devin Haney? No, I'm not finna sit up here and tell you that they're better than Devin Haney. But like I said before, it's not about who's better and who has more skills right now, because we know that these fighters nowadays, they built different. You know, me and Money was just talking about that. They built a little different nowadays. You know, it's more of a money business factor. But even so, when you have your own promoter saying, no, this is what we want for him, this is what he's gonna do, because this is what he has to do for my company to promote it, and this is what he has to do because I know I'm gonna get money in my pocket, right? So this is what he's telling you. He's saying those are bigger fights. So, right. So then he goes on to say, if Ryan Garcia messes around and loses to Lambo, right, then we want to go and try to negotiate and make a fight with Tank Davis. We want to go get with Floyd and Leonard Ellaby, and we want to try to get them to sit down to the table and negotiate a big fight between Teofimo Lopez and Tank Davis, right? This is what he's saying, right? So both of those fights are bigger. Now, this is where Bill Haney is a great promoter, right? Because this is where Bill Haney arguing back and forth. He going back and forth, and he going back and forth, but he can't control the conversation with Bob Arum, because Bob Arum, he like, hey, it don't matter what you say to me. This is what we got in mind. And Bill Haney, a businessman, he know that. So, but Bill Haney is a great promoter for his son, because Bill Haney's like, okay, if them two fights ain't happening, let us know that we next. Let us know that we next. Right? And he really kind of got Bob Arum to say, okay, well, if we can't get the fight with Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia, right? Well, then, yeah, you are third on that list, right? You are third on that list, right? So what I want to say before I check some of the comments and before I get into give it to money, what I'm saying is, like, when you run with this he's ducking and they ducking and all this ducking narrative, stop saying that shit if you haven't done your research. If you really don't, you know what I'm saying, do your research and really think about, okay, what's really going on? Is there bigger fights in the division that can be made for Teofimo Lopez? Yes, because if you're talking about Tank Davis and you're talking about Ryan Garcia, those are bigger fights. Now, this is what I have to say about those two fights. As far as Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis, right? I don't know where Bob Arum is coming up with Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis, because the last time I heard, if Ryan Garcia beats Luke Campbell, Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis is going to fight each other, right? So if Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis going to fight each other, and right, listen to what I'm saying. And then Bill Haney, right? Bill Haney worked his magic, and he got Bob Arum to say, well, if we can't fight neither one of them, well, then, yeah, you are third, right? So if listen to what I'm saying. If Ryan Garcia, Tank Davis fight each other, right, like they've been saying, if Ryan Garcia go out, look good against Luke Campbell, get the job done, right, and he fights Tank Davis on pay-per-view, we already know they've been talking about that. That's what's going down. I don't know what Bob Arum is talking about, but that's what's going down. Bob Arum ain't going to be able to interfere in that, because we know that Tank Davis is not going to fight no Teofimo Lopez next. And we already know that Ryan Garcia ain't been talking about fighting no Teofimo Lopez. He's been talking about fighting Tank Davis. So we know that fight's going to happen if everything turned out how it's supposed to. So, right, that leaves, who does that leave? Right? Who does that leave? It leaves Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez. And the fact that Bill Haney got Bob Arum to admit and say that, okay, he's next if they don't get those fights. Well, now that leaves it up to us as the fans to hold him to his words. Like when I battled, when me and Money came on and we debated, we debated Taiwan and Drew Mack, right? And you see how I pulled up them receipts, right? Now we all need to go in our phone and keep that receipt of Bob Arum saying that shit, right? And if they end up fighting each other, I'm talking about Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia, and that leaves Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney out there. Well, we need to pull up that receipt. Bob, didn't you say this? Didn't Bill Haney come on there, and Bill Haney got you to say that y'all were third in line? So yeah, they third in line now. So all I'm saying is let's just keep it straight down the middle, right? We know that those fights are bigger fights, but now we know who's third in line. So we need to, either get those two, the fight that's bigger, or go ahead and fight Devin Haney, and we need to keep our foot on their necks, and keep the receipts. Let me get through some of them comments, dog, and then real quick, Money, and then I'm gonna give it over to you. Okay.
All right.
Let me see. Drew Tice says, "Get it? It's the truth." The Brotherhood says it's going to take Madonna or Porter type fighter to give Shakur problems. Tio and Tank. Okay. Sylvester Benson says Tio and Tank will be a mega pay-per-view sale. That's a fact. Alex says agree. Ryan and Tank are bigger ticket sellers, and also they have a bigger following than Haney. These are just facts. Ain't nobody shitting on Haney. This is just a fact. The Brotherhood says Tank versus Tio is a better is the better and bigger fight. A belt not going to change that. That's real. I mean, it's a bigger fight. It's a bigger fight. I'm not going to even say it's a better fight. I'm gonna just, because I got to see him in the ring, but I'm gonna tell you that it's a bigger fight. And that's just a fact. The Brotherhood says, I'd rather see a bigger, better fight than see undisputed. Yeah, man, like at these points, these belts, they making these belts not mean too much. Alex says, no ducking is called business, brother. Most people don't know the business part of the sport. Some just want to see fights. That you right. You absolutely right. J.A. Dixon says, if Tank and Ryan fight, Bob is going to have T.O. fight the Cambosa cat and still leave Devin out. But that's why I said, J.A. Dixon, we heard what he said. So it's up to us to bring them receipts, put in, and Fred be having him on his channel all the time. So really, Fred needs to bring that receipt out, play that audio, and say, Bob, didn't you say this? You said that if you don't get those two, that next up would be Haney, right? You said that. So right, it's Roxanne in the building. What's happening with it? In the super chat, salute, man. Appreciate you, fam. He says, keep up the grind. We appreciate you. Cassandra Mason, the queen, off in the building. You late again, Cassandra. She say, salute, Mr. ETB, Money Brown, and the chat. What's up, Cassandra? Man, matter of fact, let me throw Cassandra a wrench. Been here since day one.
Cassandra should have been had a wrench.
Yeah, I don't know why. I thought, let me see if Cassandra, maybe she might. I don't know. Do you got a wrench, Cassandra? Let me see. Yo, she got a wrench. Cassandra got a wrench. Yeah. Sylvester Benson says Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson will bring big money to the table. Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson, they ain't in the same weight class though, dog. Blackout Republican says Logan Paul is gonna beat Floyd, man. I don't know what they got to do. What we talking about, but yeah, go ahead, Money.
Yeah, man. As Keith touched on, man, with that situation. Listen, we all know facts on facts, bro. You know what I mean? And I just wanted Bill to just accept Bob's answer for what it was, because what I tell people, man, Bob is still sharp. Bob is still sharp, dog, because no matter how Bill tried to switch and lead that shit to somewhere else, Bob never got away from what he was saying. You know what I mean? And Bob held it down. Hey, Bob a big boy, man. He ain't run from no questions, no nothing. He stayed there. You know what I'm saying? He gave people the answers, whether if it was the answer they wanted to hear or not. But what he said was, it made all the sense in the world, bro. And I know that Tank and Ryan Garcia is talking about fighting each other next, but at the end of the day, we don't know. It's boxing. You know what I'm saying? That's why you wait and you weigh your options. You wait to see, okay, if they offer you this, we'll offer you that. You know what I'm saying? That's what it comes down to. It's the number game. But when we look at the situation with Devin Haney and Teofimo, it is one hell of a fight. We can't deny that it ain't one hell of a fight. We know it's one hell of a fight. But like my dude, the Brotherhood said, dog, when you look at the top fights at 135 right now, it's Tank and T.O. or T.O. and I can't really say Ryan Garcia might be a bigger fight. You know what I'm saying? But I can't say Ryan Garcia is a better fight than Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez. But
no, it's not a better fight, it's a bigger fight.
But what Bob talking about is money. What Bob dealing with is money and the numbers. And Ryan Garcia has a way bigger fan base than Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? Way bigger fan base. You know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of people gonna say, yeah, but do it, make it right. He ain't got no title right there. He ain't done shit, this and that. Listen, I'm just coming from a perspective fan. I'm a promoter's perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, it's easy to come from a fan's perspective because we are the fans and we want this and we want that. You know what I'm saying? But when you come from a promoter perspective, it's all about the dollars, man. It's gonna always be about the dollars, dog. You understand what I'm saying? That's what they in the game for, to make dollars. Yes, they in the game to give us good fights, but they in the game to make dollars, dog. They're not putting their money up on the line just not to make shit. They putting their money on the line to get a motherfucking payback. You know what I'm saying? They want something to come back from it. You feel me? Especially Bob Arum right now. He tell us, like, right now, somebody like Bob Arum at this stage, dog, can't do nothing but tell the truth. You understand what I'm saying? He don't have time to try to say some shit and then try to make up for it like his younger days. They flat out right now, it's the truth, nothing but the truth. You know what I'm saying? And ain't nothing gonna take that away from him right now. That's the stage Bob Arum in right now. That's why when he talk, He talk like he don't get like I don't give a fuck about this. I'm gonna tell you motherfuckers what it is. If you don't like it, oh well, so be it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people just can't accept the shit. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people can't accept the shit. But Bill did a smart thing and said, you know what? Okay, so if it ain't no Tank and T.O., if it ain't no Ryan Garcia and T.O., then it leaves my son right there. You know what I'm saying? So without them two, and Bill knew it, he knew them was the two bigger fights. He couldn't deny the shit. He couldn't deny it. But all thing he's saying is if you don't get this fight, if you don't get that fight, and my son's sitting right here because we ain't got shit to do, y'all ain't got shit to do, then you gonna give us a call, right, Bob? And Bob said, you'll get the call. You'll get the call. We'll call you. But just because I call you, motherfucker, don't mean the fight gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? I will call you, but you gotta accept our terms. You gotta do this, you gotta do that. You know what I mean? But that Bob never said the fight was going to happen. He never said, okay, we're going to make the fight happen. He just said, you'll get a call. You know what I'm saying? Your son right there, you know, and what Bob said, you keep on, you know, growing. Your son's still making good, he's making progress. Eddie doing a good job with him, things of that nature. I did like how Bill though, like, man, fuck that. If I sign with Eddie, why can't we do business? You know what I'm saying? You know, Bill held his own as well. He ain't leave this little square. He wanted to make sure that, all right, my son is in position as well. Acknowledge my son as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get that these motherfuckers is maybe be the bigger name. They may be pulling in the bigger dollars, but acknowledge my son as well. You know what I'm saying? He is a champion. Regardless of what y'all want to say about this franchise shit, this, that, and the third. Don't just try to leave us out in the cold like we ain't no motherfucker, like we ain't worthy. You know what I mean? And I can respect that as well, especially coming from Bill's side. You feel me? That's why I say we got to look at every perspective when we be looking at shit. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't know how to get outside their own train of thoughts. People just stuck in what they see. Oh man, fuck all that here, bitch, man. They ducking. You know what I'm saying? They ducking. They don't want no smoke. They ain't doing this. But then if you get outside your damn self and you put yourself in Bob Arum's shoes and you the motherfucker putting up X amount of dollars, you know what I'm saying? You putting up this, you got to buy this, you got to buy that. You want to say, shit, what the fuck am I getting back? You know what I'm saying? He already let us know that he ain't making nothing off Crawford right now. So now, if I've got all these motherfucking top fighters and I'm putting out money and I ain't making what I should be getting, then what the fuck am I doing for myself? Yeah, y'all might be entertained, but I'm losing dollars. You know what I'm saying? And don't no motherfucker want to lose dollars, not even you motherfucker. You motherfucker don't want to pay tax on a pair of shoes for real. So imagine what he losing out on. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I understand both perspectives, dog. Like I said, I respect Bill for getting up there and doing what he got to do for his son, because his son is one of the hottest young fighters in the game right now. You know what I'm saying? Bob is one of the top promoters in the game right now. He got the fights that we need over there. So I'm giving this motherfucker and I'm gonna talk my shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna talk my shit. This is the boxing game. You feel me? It's a confrontational sport. It's a confrontational sport. And what Bob say? I respect what you're doing for your son. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing, and I get it. You know what I'm saying? But what Bob telling his ass is, you better understand and respect what I'm saying as well, motherfucker. Your son ain't pulling in the dollars that I need at the moment. And until he is pulling in the dollars that I need, then his ass ain't got the fight right now. You know what I'm saying? And until I see that I can't get a Ryan Garcia or a Gervonta Davis, you know, we're not looking at your son. You know, he's not out the question. He's a good young fighter and you're doing a good job with him. But until he's pulling in the money that I need, you know, we're not looking at you, dog. You know, so I respect both sides of the streets. I understand what's going down with the business side. That's all we be trying to tell people, dog. Get outside yourself and think about the business now, because boxing has become a business. Whether you like it or not, we ain't gonna be able to change that shit. And people talking about, yeah, you know, well, maybe we can go out here and we can all agree to fucking what's the word, Keith? We can all agree to boycott. Yeah, we can boycott. We ain't gonna get in my dollars until they give us the fights that we want. So we just gonna regard all the good fights these motherfuckers giving us, right? Because we have had some great fucking fights in 2020. Niggas can't lie that 2020 been on fire this second half. So because it ain't the fight that you want at the moment, or yeah, that's good, but you know what? We gonna hold our dollars back. That ain't good for the sport. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't doing shit but putting it in a deeper hole. Oh, well, this and that. We ain't gonna pay these dudes. We ain't gonna do. So what about their fan base? So y'all want the people fan bases just come up and say, oh yeah, this is one of my favorite fighters. He about to fight a competitive fight. They about to give us a competitive fight. But because it ain't the fight that dude want over there who talks all that shit, let's not fight a fight. Sit y'all ass down with that goofy shit, man. But I respect what Bob did. I respect what Bill did, even though You know, they was talking that shit. It never got disrespectful. It was respectful on a good level. You got some laugh out of it. You know, Bob stood there in the barbershop like a man. He ain't run from no questions. He ain't dodged nothing. He answered how he was gonna answer, whether you like the answer or not. You know what I mean? So I respected the key. I see where they coming from on both sides, and I feel like Tank and Ryan Garcia are the leading candidates for the fight. And then if Tank and Ryan sign off to fight each other, then it leaves Devin Haney right there. But at the same time, just because Devin right there don't mean the fight gonna get done. You gotta agree to certain terms. It might be something that you don't like. And Bob said, you know what? Well, we'll go this direction. Like you said, it might be the sanctioning bodies getting in the way, talking about, well, we got a mandatory over here to do this and do that. And by T.O. being the franchise champion, he don't have to fight Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? He don't have to fight him. So we'll just see in the future, man. I want the best for Devin Haney. I want the dude to get the fight. You feel me? But we'll just see how it plays out. But I respect both. I respect Bill Haney for what he did, and I respect Bob Arum for answering the way he answered.
Right.
503 link, bro.
Okay. And all of them are great fights. Like, you know what I'm saying? All of them are great fights for the fans. Can't nobody come on here and say that Haney against that Haney's not a great fight for Teofimo Lopez. That, you know, all of them are great fights. I don't think that none of us will be crying as fans if we get either one of those fights. But the thing is like he said, when if you Bob Arum, if I'm Bob Arum and I'm looking at it from a monetary perspective, I'm not finna pick Devin Haney because these guys have much bigger names. That's much bigger. That's much more money in my pocket. You feel me? My job, if I'm Bob Arum, my job is not to put money in the Devin Haney's pocket. My job is to put money in my pocket and make the big fight for my fighters. So, you know, and then, you know, Bill Haney, his job is to go and promote his son and get his son the biggest fights, to get Devin Haney the biggest fights, and to show the world how great Devin Haney is in the ring. So, you know, they both are doing what they're supposed to do. So we just need to stop with this ducking everybody. Every time we see something, they ducking. You know, that's not the case. That's not the case. And let me see what y'all talking about in the comment section. J.A. Dixon says, my question is, if Haney doesn't get T.O., is he going to take the Fortuna smoke? That's another good, that's a good fight. That is a good fight. You know, that's a good fight. But Fortuna ain't got no big name. So let's use this. Like, so say if Fortuna, right? Let's use this. Say if Fortuna got a belt, right? And Fortuna is going down Devin Haney's neck, calling him out. Every second he calling out Devin Haney. But then Devin Haney got Ryan Garcia right here, right? I'm just saying, what if Devin Haney got Ryan Garcia right there? And Devin Haney say, yeah, I hear Fortuna over here barking, but now I'm going to go over here and take Ryan Garcia. Is that a duck on Devin Haney part? No. It's him taking the bigger fight. So that's just what it is. Ain't nobody ducking nobody at this point. Now, like I said, if the option is presented and, you know, Teofimo Lopez don't have nobody else to fight, right? If he don't have those two to fight, and now you got Devin Haney over here with his arms open, like, what's up? Then you got to make that happen. You know, you got to make that happen. And we got to hold him, you know, we got to hold him to the fire. We got to hold him for his words and make that happen. But like Money said, he never just flat out and came out and said that he was going to make that fight next. He did get him to say that, you know, we're going to look at you and we'll give you a call. But we'll see. We'll see. But it's all about money with Bob Arum. You know, it's all about money. What's good with it? 503.
What's going on with it, big bro? Money, y'all boys cooking, man. Y'all on it today.
Oh yeah, man. We just getting heated up. Lucia Johnson off in the building. The Queen, Lucia Johnson. What's up with you? Salute to the Queen, Lucia Johnson. Let me see. Let me get through some more y'all comments. I seen. Let me see. Batman off in the building. What's happening with it, Batman?
Man, salute to my brother Matt.
Yes, sir. Shady Girl 85. Salute to the Queen, Shady Girl 85. What's up? What's up with it? Kurt Anderson, the boxing encyclopedia. Kurt Anderson in the building. What's happening? Buddy Road Truck Trap Sports off in the building. What's up with it? Yes, yeah. If you was listening, 503, well, I don't know if you was listening. If you want to add to, what we was just talking about. 503.
Yeah. My bad, bro. My shit had started glitching. But I was listening to you, bro. And it's funny that y'all talking about Dev.
Go ahead and I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I gotta run out real quick. I'll be right back.
Oh shit. Can you hear me, Money?
Yep, you sound good, bro. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, man. I like I was saying earlier on my stream, bro. When I went on early this morning. It's like this, man. I think you was spot on with what you said, bro. It's gonna come down to Dev being in the right situation at the right time. And you is right. One thing about OG Bob is the motherfucker. He don't duck the smoke. He'll stand in the lines. Then he'll answer all the tough questions. You know what I'm saying? I just think, to me, I think Devin Haney is kind of like the Gary Russell of 135. It's like the motherfucker. He's so good to a default to where fighters look at him as a high risk, low reward type situation. And when you so good, bro, and you don't have like Money said, if you don't have the money or you don't have a fan base to back you with the money, then or you don't have like the pay-per-views and shit like that with Tank got, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to get you those fights. And Dev took a different route. You know what I'm saying? He didn't take the PBC route. He didn't take the money team route. He didn't take the Top Rank route. You know what I'm saying? He started his own promotion companies, Devin Haney Promotions. He got behind Eddie Hearn, and he fighting on the app. So it's like he kind of closed in a way. Because if y'all remember, like when I think it was a couple years ago, Bob and Dev was like in the same room, and Bob told him, that's one thing I respect about Bob Arum. Like, even though he be pushing his little narratives and shit, he'd keep it real with you, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, well, you didn't sign with me, so you're not going to get the good fights. You know what I'm saying? and that's the truth. Like, you know what I'm saying? And he not with PBC, so it's like, you're not going to be first up to get Tank or Chris Colbert or motherfucking Robert Easter Jr., you know what I'm saying? Adrian Broner, all these guys. So you fighting on the zone, you took your own route. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when I see shit like that, I'll be like, well, you gotta take the Pretty Boy Floyd route. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go how Pretty Boy Floyd did. What Pretty Boy Floyd did, he took whatever they gave him, whatever was available. He didn't bitch, he didn't cry, he didn't complain about the money. That's what Pretty Boy Floyd did. And it worked out in his favor because he transferred into Money May. And a lot of these dudes, they want to be Money Mayweather before Pretty Boy Floyd. And it don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? But I just think Dev, he's so good, he's so young, he's so talented, to where it's almost scary in a sense. Like, just like how Gary Russell was. He's so good, he's so talented. Dudes ain't lining up to fight him because he don't got the big fan base or the pay-per-view buys behind him. You know what I'm saying? So when he get in a situation to where you got Gary Russell calling you out or wanting to smoke, you got to do whatever you can to make that fight, bro, because Dev ain't getting no big fights. Meanwhile, you got Tank getting all the big fights. Tank, bro, every time we talk about 130 or 135, bro, Tank name is in the conversation. Right. He is the man. Every time we talk about a big fight at 135, we talk about Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez is the king. He the man. That's his division, bro. He took down the pound for pound #1 guy on some people's list, and then he was a pound for pound king at 130 and 135. So once you take down the king, you are the king. So I'm not just gonna sit up here and say, oh, Teofimo ducking Devin. No, he the man. He can do what the fuck he want to do. He took down the king. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's like Bob Arum said. It's gonna be on Dev and Matchroom to get the money to overpay Teofimo Lopez, because that's what they're gonna have to do now. If you want to get Teofimo in the ring, bro, you're gonna have to overpay that man. You know what I'm saying? You want to get Ryan Garcia in the ring, you're gonna have to overpay Ryan Garcia. You want to get Gary Russell, you gotta overpay Gary Russell. Because you in a position to where you can't get all of them good fights that we talking about. The Tank versus Ryan, Teofimo versus Tank Davis, Teofimo versus Ryan, all them good fights that's at 135, all the good fights at 130. You got Shakur Stevenson in the mix. You got Chris Colbert in the mix. You know what I'm saying? You got Miguel Burchett. You know what I'm saying? Jamal Herring. All these dudes is lining up to fight each other, but what Devin Haney in that sequence at 135? He at the back of the line. It's I hate to say it because Dev is my guy. Like, I fuck with Dev. You know what I'm saying? He fuck with us. He fuck with Black Media, LDBC. You know what I'm saying? He was just with Black Fight Fan them at the meet and greet in Dallas. So I fuck with Dev the long way. But I'm out, like Money say, you got to keep an open mind, bro, and look at it from both perspectives. As much as I like Devin Haney, I know that my bro is getting blackballed in a sense to where he not the topic of discussion when it comes to 135, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. Well, go ahead, bro.
I wouldn't say that he getting blackballed, but who really getting blackballed? And Cassandra Mason brought it up. She said, "Why is Gary Russell keep being left out of the question?" Now, Gary Russell's really truly getting blackballed.
Fast.
And I wouldn't say it so fast for Devin Haney because, see, Devin Haney's still young. So, Devin Haney, he's only 22. He's still we're rushing. Devin Haney still got a long time to get all these fights.
He do, but my thing is this, KT, and I'm not trying to cut you out, bro. But when you a champion, bro, you're supposed to be in the mix to get all of these fights, bro. You're supposed to be in the mix. That's why I'm saying he kind of like, he ain't made it to what Gary Russell is at because, like you say, he younger and Gary Russell's a little bit more older. But it's like he kind of following in the footsteps of that. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I
Gary Russell has been champion for about 6 years now. Gary Russell was champion for for damn near 6 years. And so he really was getting blackballed out. That's some bullshit. I don't think Devin Haney will. I don't think that's gonna happen to Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's gonna happen to Devin Haney. And the reason that's not gonna happen to Devin Haney is because Devin Haney is flashy, he's flamboyant, right? And Bill Haney ain't gonna let that shit happen. Bill Haney, he can, you know what I'm saying? He's louder than everybody on this panel combined.
Right. But that's why I said that it's a business now, though, kid. That's why I told people what boxing is now. We can sit up here, my bro 503, and I agree 120%, dog. When you're a motherfucking WBC champion, one of the most prestige belts in boxing, of course you're supposed to be on everybody's hit list. Motherfuckers supposed to be gunning for you instead of you gunning for them. But now boxing has turned into a business. That's where we at with it now. And when we're looking at the people that's pulling in the dollars, we're looking at the people with the fan bases that's making sense because these promoters, they thinking about money now. You know what I'm saying? They're not thinking about legacy and this and that. If it happen to pop up with legacy nowadays, not saying they don't respect the you know what I'm saying, the game or nothing like that. But like I say, when you're looking at Bob Arum, they looking for a get back on their dollars. And Devin Haney ain't pulling in them get backs at the moment, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's I wouldn't say it like that. This is how I say it, right? You fucked up when you put Devin Haney on the app, right? Because it's not necessarily Devin Haney. It's the business side of what they did, putting him on the app. Because if we all know, look what happened to Canelo when he was on that app. His numbers went way down. It's a fact that you put these fighters that have the potential, right, to really flourish. You putting them on the app and you kind of caging them in. Everybody not buying that DAZN app. Everybody not paying for that shit. So I think that they fucked up putting him on that app, right?
Blue, big bro, blue.
Yeah, Blue Blood, what's good with it, OG?
The king of this shit, Blue Blood. What's happening with it? off in the building. So that's what I think, is the problem putting them on the app. Now, as far as Cassandra Mason says, as far as Gary Russell, right? He's got blackballed out, right? But see, the thing with Gary Russell is Gary Russell didn't have nobody going to bat for him until Batman came. Now, Batman came, but if Gary Russell had somebody, right, that was, moving through these streets like Batman was moving when Gary Russell's name was just recently out there big, because you see how fast, right? Now look at this, right? You see Batman came on the scene, right? And Batman came on the scene. Gary Russell came and he started talking that shit, right? You see how fast everybody in the boxing world, it was Gary Russell, Gary Russell, Gary Russell this, Gary Russell that, right? And then Batman came getting on these platforms, talking that shit, right? And then Gary Russell's name started to rise. But Gary Russell didn't have nobody doing that for him his whole career. And then Gary Russell took a different route. He took the good guy route. I'm going to just sit back. I'm going to be quiet. I'm not really going to say nothing. And that shit don't work. That's just what it is. If Gary Russell had, been coming out, speaking loud, talking shit, it had a Batman on his side promoting him, talking that shit with him, it would be different. You see what I'm saying? But, when you have the skills that Gary Russell has, that Devin Haney has, even look at Shakur. If Shakur wasn't promoted by Top Rank and he didn't have nobody, he didn't have nobody talking for him or promote him, who you think gonna fight Shakur? You think any of them dudes is gonna line up and be like, yeah, I'm gonna fight Shakur? No, not at all. You see what I'm saying? But like I said, the good thing for for Devin Haney is he got Bill Haney. And Bill Haney gonna let his motherfucking mouth be heard. Bill Haney ain't gonna get to that point. You see what I'm saying? Bill Haney gonna talk that shit and he gonna make sure he keep his foot on everybody's neck. And that's to me, when you talk about Cassandra Mason, when you ask about Gary Russell, I think that was a problem. He has too much of skills, right? Ain't nobody going to bat for him. So it's like, nah, we good. He can keep the belt. Yeah, he got one of the most prestigious belts out there, but we cool. We cool because you know what? It's fucking 15 other belts out there we can do. And that's the problem with the sport. You putting all these belts out there, the belts that really mean something, now really they don't really mean nothing because you can skip over that guy. You skip over all these dudes, right? Because that if you get in the ring with him, he got all the skills in the world, you're going to lose. Nah, we cool. We'll go after this other belt. Oh, you just made a WBC fucking silver belt? We'll fight for the WBC silver belt. The casual fans, they don't know. We still the champ. You feel me?
Bob, some bullshit.
Okay. We got Batman in the building. What's good with you, Batman? I know you probably got something to say. What's good with it, Batman? Salute to Bat.
What's up, Keith? What's up, Money? What's up, 503?
What's good?
That shit with Bob is some bullshit, man. Oh, this is why I have some bullshit. What big fight have
Batman, turn your volume up, Batman, we can barely hear you. Turn your volume up.
You can hear me now?
Yeah, because you real low.
All right. Ask me this. What big fight Lomachenko, what big numbers Lomachenko ever did?
Right, shit. I mean, don't ask me because I ain't really never known Lomachenko to do no big numbers like that.
I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah, right.
But would you say this? Lomachenko name is bigger than Devin Haney name.
Cool, but he never did big numbers on no platform.
But he had the recognition though, Keith. I mean, that for us.
Did.
And that's what catapulted him over Devin Haney. Yeah.
He has the recognition, but what big numbers have he did? None.
You know what?
Why Bob?
Let me stop you real quick. Right? Y'all can feel about it how y'all want to feel about it. It is what it is. That don't matter, the Batman, because he's a white. Because he's
I'm
a
about to
white
get to
fighter.
my point.
He's a
You're not
white
getting.
fighter that can fight good. So
All
that
right,
don't matter. What you're
I'm
talking about
running
don't
into
matter
my
because
point.
Lomachenko is a white fighter that can fight very well.
All right, cool. I'm about to get to my point, but he never did big numbers in the white and the American white society. Never grabbed hold to him at all. They never got back behind Lomachenko at all. That's why every time he fought, he had to go to somebody else's country. Like when he had to go see Luke Campbell. Why they couldn't do that shit in where the fuck he was from? All right. This is what I'm saying. All right, what fan base does what big fan base does Teofimo Lopez have?
Teofimo Lopez got a fan base, dog, and his fan base really grew after he beat Lomachenko. If you check the numbers,
fan base is not that bigger than Devin Haney.
Nah, it is. It is. If you check the numbers, dog. If you check the Teofimo Lopez and Lomachenko fight, did big numbers. That did big numbers.
Devin Haney never had a dancing partner. If Devin Haney had a dancing partner, his numbers would be big too if it was on free TV.
But my brother Bet, this is the thing what I'm gonna say. That's why I say we cannot knock people for being in the position that they in. When you look at Bob Arum, we know he will put his money behind Lomachenko, and it was proven that he will put his money behind Lomachenko. You know, Lomachenko was his number one. That was his man at top rank. When you look at Devin Haney, you don't look at Eddie Hearn going all out for Devin Haney because he's not really signed all the way in.
Let me say this. Lopez let me say this. It's going to be on ESPN. It's not going to be on the app.
Of course, but the thing with it is, that's what Bob Arum chose to do with his money and his fighter. And when we see that, we saw that that man was his number one fighter, Lomachenko, and he was willing to put Teofimo on Lomachenko because he never thought Teofimo would be Lomachenko. No, I'm quite sure that. But let me tell you this. Now they have. But let me tell you.
Money. Now he was willing to do that, right? He was willing to do that because it's a win-win. It's on his network.
Exactly. But let me tell you why. That's why you make your own point. But I'm gonna say this too. When you look at that situation with Lomachenko and Teofimo, now that Teofimo beat Lomachenko, it has risen his stock, and his stock has risen over Devin Haney. Now that his stock has risen over Devin Haney, he's looking at this as this may be my cash cow at right now at 135. So when he let me say
not gonna get neither one of the fights he's looking for.
But let me finish. We can say that he's not, but that's why he's sitting back and wait because it's a business, bro. You know it's a business. So
I understand that.
Yes, we know that. Let me finish, Bet. Let me finish. Now that we're looking at Teofimo, and we're looking at Ryan Garcia and Tank saying, okay, if Ryan Garcia win, they looking to make the Tank and the Teofimo happen. The Tank and the Ryan Garcia happen. That's what they saying. But we know that business can stop some shit. And then Bob come in and say, okay, y'all looking to do that. He said, I'm gonna talk to him, and he might try to throw in some extra shit. We never know. But that's why Devin Haney is sitting at 3, and that's why I say I respected what Bill did by saying if you don't get Gervonta Davis or if you don't get Ryan Garcia, then it leaves my son at the number 3 position, and that means you have to come back to up. That's what really Bill was trying to see. Like, okay,
what Bob say? If you don't say, see this is what I ain't catch. Bob say he's gonna go fight one of his mandatories.
Wait a minute. I said that. I said Bob said I'm going to call you. I said that. I said Bob said I'm going to give you a call to leave your son right there. But it don't mean that you're going to get the fight because we got to understand and see what one of the sanctioning bodies say. So I never disclude that. I never disclude that. And I said that don't mean that he's going to get the fight neither.
But you know the rules. You know the rules that motherfucking what is it called? Motherfucking man. The motherfucking not undisputed, but a unification trumps the mandatory.
Yes, but don't you know the rules? What they did with the franchise title? The franchise is put in place.
But now, Superman came back and said that Wichicom is not an undisputed champion unless he fight Devin Haney.
But still, that franchise title. Yeah. But that franchise title is put in place so it won't stop. Like right now, him going to fight somebody. You know, like you say, yes, it trumps the mandatory, but they put the franchise in place so you don't have to fight the mandatory, because technically right now, Devin Haney is like a mandatory with the WBC scrap. You see what I'm saying? He's like a mandatory. That's why they try to put that franchise shit there.
But he can't. So you saying so which come the undisputed champion then?
Hell no, man. Come on, you know I'm rock with that franchise shit, man.
That's
you know
what I'm saying.
But I'm telling you, man, this is what we saying. That's why I say
he came back and said, listen.
I know.
I came back and said that is just a trinket. That is like a trophy. That is not the actual.
Look, he never took away that franchise title. Still put you in position to not fight the mandatory of the WBC. He never took that away.
He's not
the franchise title.
Money. Bo Mac, he got a question for you. Go ahead and shoot, Bo Mac. What's good with it, Bo Mac?
I mean, that's just like now. He's trying to fight instead of him fighting Shawn Porter. He's trying to make. I mean, it's that shit was bullshit. All that shit Bob was saying on barbershop conversations was bullshit. I know it's business, but it was bullshit.
Oh yeah, no doubt. We
look, get into it. Look, we just getting started.
I'm not saying that I agree with what Bob I'm doing. I'm just saying when we take ourselves out of our shoes and put ourselves in a promoter situation, we see what he's doing. I'm not saying that I agree with the shit. Like I say, to me, Devin Haney deserves the fight. I won't deny that at all.
We just get started. Hey, Money, I kind of want to get Bo Mac in here for this next little segment because I really want to hear what he got to say. Because we just get started.
Yeah, me too.
I really want to hear because I'm just getting started. So for this next thing, I would like to get Bo Mac in here, so he can explain some of this shit that's going on. So he can explain some of this shit that's going on, over that way.
I mean, I want to know what's this question though. Bo ain't put a question up yet. That motherfucker that long, Bo Mac? God
damn. Hey man, but so. That's I don't want to stay on this. We will revisit the Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez. We'll get back to that shit because we'll be going back and forth on that.
Okay. I want to ask Batman something in regards to Gary, man. You know what I'm saying? If you don't mind, KT.
Go ahead.
Man, I just want to ask respectfully, bro. When will we get Gary Russell back in the ring? Man, I thought he was supposed to be fighting at the end of 2020.
Whenever the fuck somebody over PBC start playing with him. He healthy. I don't know why he ain't fight. Somebody cock blocking the shit out of Gary Russell Jr.
And that's straight bullshit right there, dog.
That's bullshit.
That's the bullshit I'm talking about.
Because I thought he was gonna fight Fortuna. And we seen Fortuna fighting the other kid a couple weeks back.
Man, the Fortuna was on the table once hold on.
Yeah, man. I thought 503. I thought he was gonna fight Fortuna too.
Listen, he was supposed to fight Fortuna, but it's like once the negotiations with the other guy, Devin Haney, got taken off the board, it's like everything got taken off the board. It was like somebody over there was trying to, man, they was doing all type of games, man. I'm just saying, man, the man healthy. He healthy. Both of my two little brothers fighting this
Man, I see one of them got the Payana fight, dog. I'm liking that, dog. I'm liking that.
When they fight?
Fighting on the 19th.
Yeah.
Gary Antonio Russell fighting on the 19th. Gary Antoine Russell fighting on the 26th.
Yeah, I know one of them got
brother, man. You need to get them. You need to get them on some of these platforms, man. Get them on here.
Man, we had a tragedy in our family, man. So I don't think nobody gonna be doing no interviews right now.
Yeah.
One of my little brothers died of a heart attack. So.
Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that, man. Condolences.
My condolences, man.
Yeah, my condolences to your family, man.
Yeah, man. I'm sorry to hear that too, man. I hope everything be all right.
Yeah, man. He wasn't number like 25, man. He died of a heart attack. So, I don't think nobody's gonna be doing no interview. He died right after, like a couple of hours after we did the Fred joint.
Damn. That's good. How old was he, man?
He was 25.
Dang, 25? That's man, that's yeah, man. My condolences, man. Sorry to hear that for sure. Man. Be that bitch off in the building. Bitch, my bad. They gonna cut me off. No, salute. She said, salute, fam, salute everybody. Lucia Johnson says, me too, get Bomac. Yeah, I want to get Bomac take because I'm finna, we finna talk about this next, and it got to do with Bomac and Bud and them. Philip H says, peace and love, Batman, bro. Prayers to you and your family, G.
Thanks, so.
Yeah. So Big LT says his condolences to you, Batman. But yeah, man. So like I said, Bob Arum was on Barbershop Conversations, and he talked about a lot, right? Now, one thing I do want to I want to get into before I even get back into what Bob Arum was talking about, right? So we've been hearing Terence Crawford's name. It's been connected to the big dogs in the division. It's been connected to, of course, Errol Spence. We all know that. Keith Thurman, Shawn Porter, right? Now, Keith Thurman recently comes out. If y'all didn't know, Keith Thurman recently comes out and he clears up that $10 million offer shit, right? He says that the $10 million offer, he says that he's just trying to negotiate. He said he really wanted to smoke. He really wants to smoke with Terence Crawford. He says the $10 million was just a negotiation. He says basically, like I have been telling y'all, he says you don't come to the table and start with your lowest offer. You come high and you start high, you negotiate, and then you meet somewhere in the middle, right? So he says he just threw that out there because he wanted to start off a negotiation with him. He says that they never even entertained him. They ain't try to talk to him about making the fight, right? So he said that they didn't want to smoke. They didn't even try to negotiate with him. They didn't say, okay, let's sit down and let's see what we can work out, right? So this is what Keith Thurman is saying. So Keith Thurman is saying, if you really want to fight, if somebody throw a number out there, you sit down with them and you negotiate and you let them know what you'll make the fight for, and then we'll go from there, right? So I have been saying that about the whole Keith Thurman situation. I have been saying that about the whole Keith Thurman situation because it's easy to say, oh, well, he asking for this. Nope, that's easy to do, right? But did you sit down with the man and see if he would take less? You right? Did you sit down with him and see if he would take less money? If you didn't sit down with him and to try to negotiate to see if he would take less or to see if he would take a lot less, well, was you really trying to make a fight with that man? That's just the questions that I ask myself. That's why I wanted Bomac on here to really, explain a lot of this stuff. You feel me? But anyway, and I want to get everybody take on this, and then I want to move on to the next, whatever else we got to talk about. But I'm gonna go ahead and go with you, Money, on the Keith Thurman situation. Money, you on mute. Money.
Here I come. I'm using the bathroom. Here I come.
All right. Shit, 503. I'll go to you, and
I cook while Money getting himself situated. I'm gonna say this, man. Keith Thurman has been known to throw that $10 million out there. You know what I'm saying? He did it versus Earl Spence and shit when Floyd offered to put him on the undercard. And shit, it's business. That's a negotiation tactic. You always shoot for the stars. You know what I'm saying? To see what you can get. You know what I'm saying? I think Bob, Arum, and Top Rank and Bobek and them, they just gotta figure out a way to meet these guys in the middle somewhere. Like I'm not gonna fault anybody because shit, they gave us Kell Brook, which was a good fight for Terence at the time being. But moving forward, I mean they gotta try to meet these guys in the middle because I think Terence Crawford got at best 3 fights left at welterweight, and that's with Earl Spence first, Keith Thurman second, and then Shawn Porter. And if you want to throw Danny in there for 4, you can throw Danny in there for 4. But Terence Crawford, he getting a little bit older. You know what I'm saying? He's still in his prime, man, but I think he probably got like a good maybe 3 years left, probably. You know what I'm saying? So he running out of road, in my opinion. But I do want to see Crawford in there with these other guys on the PBC side, like Earl Spence, Thurman, Shawn Porter, all these guys, man. These fights got to happen. And the only way they're gonna happen is if these guys can do good business at the end of the day. And Keith Thurman too, like he gotta stop saying that bullshit, bro. Like you gotta stop pricing yourself out, because that's how these guys is taking it when you throw these high numbers out there. They feel like you pricing yourself out. What he need to do is he need to get Al on the phone, with somebody over there from Top Rank, the Buff or Bob or somebody. Get in touch with Bo Mac, and you know what I'm saying? They need to talk this shit out, because that's the only way that we gonna get these good fights for Terence. I mean, because really, bro, Terence Crawford needs these fights more than anybody. Because Keith didn't already fought Shawn, he didn't fight Danny, he fought Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? We need these good fights for Bud now. Bud needs to get all these good fights, man. And that's really why we constantly keep talking about Terence Crawford every other day, or not, if not every day, because we want to see Terence Crawford in there, and we want to see him in there with the big dogs, with the big fights. And y'all always sit up there saying, "Oh man, we Earl Spence fanboys, or we fan," you know what I'm saying? But we ride for all these guys to get the good fights. Even Gary Russell Jr. We got Batman on right now, and we trying to see what's going on with Gary Russell Jr. So we advocating for boxing, bro. It ain't just one particular fighter. We want all these guys to get the fights, man. But the business of Terence Crawford and his team has been a little suspect, and some of these fights ain't happening. I don't know if it's because of Terence Crawford and his team. I don't know if it's because of the PBC guys, but we need to figure out what's going on, man, because guys like myself, KT, Money, Batman, the chat, everybody, we want to see all these fights, man. You know what I'm saying? And Keith Thurman got to get off that bullshit, bro. You know you're not finna get $10 million fighting Terence Crawford, bro. He not Earl Spence. He not Manny Pacquiao. You're not finna get that much money. You probably could get 5 million, 7 million, shit, I don't know. But you're not finna get what you asking for. You know what I'm saying? That's just not finna happen. Because you still gotta have some money left over to pay Terence Crawford and pay for the undercard and pay for all that other shit. So you're not finna get $10 million. I know Bob ain't finna put up that type of money for you. Now he'll probably do it for Earl Spence or Pacquiao, but he ain't finna do it for you, Keith Thurman. And that's my thoughts on it, man.
Shit,
I'm back now.
He wasn't even gonna do it for Errol. He said if you remember what he said that Errol Spence and Terence Crawford was gonna ask for too much money at 10 mil. Now he talking different, but we'll get into that. Go ahead, Money, and then we're gonna go to you, Batman.
Now what you had said on Keith Thurman now, Keith, so I can have a good look.
So basically, I was saying that Keith Thurman basically came out and he cleared up the talks about how he, everybody saying that he asked for $10 million, right? He says that was just basically he was just throwing something out there to start negotiating. He said, but they never even, came back to him, tried to talk to him. They act like they didn't want the smoke, because he says that when you negotiate, you always start high, you don't start low. He says that he really wanted to smoke, but they ain't trying to negotiate nothing with him. They just, didn't say nothing else after that. So
Thank you for saying that, Keith, because it's I got you. It's the equivalent to Danny Garcia, right? Because people shitted on Danny Garcia when they said they sent Danny Garcia offer, but Danny never negotiated back, right? So now, and I understand what Keith Thurman, and I said the exact same thing. I said, okay, he said 10 million, but how come no counter offer? How come y'all didn't come back to the table and say, okay, well, we got this for you, Keith Thurman, or we got that for you, Keith Thurman? You know what I'm saying? It was nothing there presenting back because did y'all already have a plan in place to fight Kell Brook? You know what I'm saying? Which I'm not mad at. If y'all saying, oh, you know what? Well, we already had Kell Brook. He's go to so-and-so, and this is what it was. You know, but don't throw it out there as if Keith Thurman never wanted to fight because it was the 10 minutes. Because I said the exact same thing that I'm saying right now. I said, how come it was never a counter offer? How come it was never, man, you ain't getting no goddamn 10, but guess what? We got this and we got that. You know what I'm saying? And I believe Keith Thurman that's what it took it. But see, I look at it as people say, oh, the tit for tat game. Oh, he did this, he did that. He didn't want to fight him then, he didn't want to fight him then. Shit, they didn't want to fight Earl. But Earl fought Danny Garcia, he fought Shawn Porter. You know what I'm saying? I see what he's saying about Keith Thurman, saying this, that about Keith Thurman, and I get it. But I still want to see him fight Keith Thurman. You know what I'm saying? I don't agree with what Earl Spence talking about. Oh, Keith Thurman don't deserve a fight because nobody has beat Keith Thurman yet. That could have been big for Terence Crawford. The only person beat him was Manny Pacquiao. No PBC got beat him. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just looking at that situation as, you know, if y'all had something in place already, Bud already had a date. Keith Thurman probably wasn't gonna meet that date. They probably would have pushed our date back trying to negotiate with him. I can understand that as well. You know what I'm saying? But don't just make it as, oh, he didn't want to fight. He was just, you know, he came out saying this and saying that. Because y'all never put a counter off on the table. And the same people that's talking about Keith Thurman bullshit, this, that, and third, when y'all say Danny Garcia didn't come back with a counter offer, it's all good. But now y'all don't come back with a counter offer, and you know what I'm saying? It's because of this, that, and all that shit. You know, so at the end of the day, man, people get caught up on Terence Crawford and Earl Spence, and I gets it, dog. I gets it. It's the best fight at 147. It's probably the biggest fight in all of boxing. Is it ready to be put on the stage right now? Yes, it is, fam. Yes, it is. I understand the frustration. I understand how people feel. I understand what people saying about, man, fuck the money. Y'all get the money, this, that, and the third, because you got people in the ghetto that ain't got a fucking dime, that ain't got shit. They ain't got no money. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers out here getting check to check. So when it comes to millions of dollars, they looking like, man, you motherfuckers getting rich either way. You know what I'm saying? Give us the fight. We gonna pay for the shit. You know what I'm saying? I understand that frustration. You know what I'm saying? But when we look at the overall thing of it, Earl Spencer Terence Crawford is not just a 147-pound division. It's still other fights there that can be great fights. I'm not saying Bud and Earl ain't gonna be a good ass fight, but what if we get that motherfucker and y'all don't like the fight? But then you put Keith and Thurman in there. I mean, sorry, Keith and Bud in that motherfucker and get a better fight. Or you put Bud and Porter in that motherfucker and get a better fight. We don't know how the fight gonna play out. We got our suspicions on how it's gonna play out. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, bro, I like to respect the division as a division. You know, I know the fight there is Earl Spence and Terence Crawford. I want to fight with y'all. I'm a fan as well. I understand the fans, how pissed off y'all is. I understand the heartaches and shit like that. You dig? But I do understand the promoter side. I do understand the business side. And once you take yourself just out of the fans' perspective and put yourself on this side and that side, you'll understand it too. But I know y'all saying, bitch, I'm a fan. Fuck all that shit. I'm not finna wrap my head in it because I'm not getting no money. I'm not getting none of this. So y'all ain't gonna waste y'all time. It's different with us. You know what I'm saying? It's different with us because we doing this shit. You feel me? But at the end of the day, Keith Thurman deserve a fight with either order. He deserve a fight with Earl Spence. He deserve a fight with Terence Crawford, in my opinion. In my opinion, nobody beat him. He's still a number 3 welterweight in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? So when people try to shit on him and say this, that, and that, you know, because I said, Keith Thurman gonna give anybody problems for the first 6 rounds. Anybody. Long as that motherfucker come back, he gonna give anybody problems for the first 6 rounds. You know, he's a front runner. And he's a damn good front runner. You know what I'm saying? So it's a name for the resume, dog. It's credibility. You can go on pay-per-view with Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman go talk that shit in the press conference, whether you like it or not. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be entertaining. But you got to be willing to pay the man what the fuck he's worth. And Keith Thurman, coming off a Manny Pacquiao fight, getting paid X amount of dollars, is still worth some money to put in the ring with these fighters, dog. He deserves a nice payday, period. Whether you like him or not, the man deserves a nice payday, dog.
Yeah, and before I give it over to my man, Batman, man, this is what I got to say, right? A lot of people, oh, 10 million, 10 million, he know he wasn't going to get that. This is the thing, right? Don't matter if he knew he wasn't going to get that. Even him throwing out that offer to start with, to me, my opinion, that's not no outrageous shit because you got to think, y'all just had paid Amir Khan 7, right? You paid Amir Khan 7, so why is it just just outrageous for Keith Thurman to throw 10 out there. Of course, he wasn't going to get no 10 mil at the point in time, but you can still start the negotiations, right? You can still start negotiating with him, because if you really want to fight, right? This is how I see it, right? If you really want to fight, right? In shit, we seen Batman, we seen Gary Russell, Batman, Bill Haney, and Devin Haney going back and forth, arguing back and forth, right? Trying to negotiate a fight because shit, somebody really wanted that fight. Somebody did. But you see how they was going at it, right? So what I'm saying, if you really want to fight, damn, he asked for 10 million. Man, fuck that. We ain't paying him 10 million. Go back and tell him that we'll give him we'll give him this and then see what he say. Right? Go back and tell him we'll give him this. We ain't giving him 10 mil and then see what he say. Offer him this. But you ain't doing that. That shows me that you really not interested in that fight at that point in time. So the easiest thing for you to do is be like, he asked for 10 million. And then everybody gonna run off with it and laugh and laugh and he ha ha, he didn't want to fight. That's easy to do. You feel me? That's easy to do. But did you try at the end of the day? I want to know, what did you offer him in a counter offer? Right? What did you offer him in a counter offer? Because you're the champion, so you're the A side. So if he offered you something, he can't really offer you nothing anyway, because you're the champion, you the A side. So you offer him what y'all gonna pay him, and then y'all see where it go. That's all I'm saying. So I don't know if it's Bob Arum, I don't know if it's Terence Crawford, but Bob Arum is the promoter. So, or Bob Arum or his team, why didn't you throw him a counter offer? That's all I want to know. But let me get 503 back in here. And so my bad. Go ahead, Batman. What's your take on that whole situation, real quick? Batman, you on mute.
Oh, here I come. Key.
You there? Batman, you there?
Yeah, here I come, Key. Here I come. Give me a half second.
Okay. Yeah, let me get through some of these comments real quick while we waiting on Batman. Let me roll through some of these comments. My bad, I missed a lot of y'all comments. Lucia Johnson says exactly 503. She agreeing with you, 503. Bumpy Thompson says Shawn Porter said that Keith wasn't in Bud's plan. Let me see. Roxanne said Blue Blood said Bud might fight Jose Ramirez next, or Josh Taylor. Yeah, the Jose Ramirez Josh Taylor winner, and I'll get into that too. Philip A says money you was cooking. Philip A says wait, bro, Manny beat Thurman. Yeah, Manny, he did beat Thurman. Cassandra Mason says true facts money. Pooh Dangles Branchy, what's good with it? He says Khan got 5. How much did Khan get? It was somewhere between 5 and 7.
He got 5 and got 2 million off the pay-per-view.
Okay, so he got 7 in all. Okay, bet. Dat Beach says I love this channel. Everyone has good points, and I could listen to Money explain shit all day. Reminds me of family, and nothing wrong with that. Yeah, we appreciate you. We appreciate you, Queen. Philip A says, bruh, just for real, your name sound better as Money Brown, not your birth name. Money Brown is a better nickname.
Money ain't my birth name. Money is my nickname, and that's my name, dog. That's what it
is. That guy says Khan did Bob dirty as hell. Fight night elite off in the building. Lucia Johnson says, she says they don't want Thurman, and I agree with Money. Thurman is tough, but Arum didn't want that fight. She says that 10 mil request was a real good reason to say no. Yeah, and Lucia, she team Crawford all the way, and so we're not saying that that we let's clear something up, right?
Now let me say this.
I'm not saying. Give me 1 second. I'm not saying that Bud Crawford is afraid of Thurman. That Bud Crawford didn't want to fight Thurman. What I'm getting to is that Top Rank and Bob Arum, they didn't want to do business with him. They didn't want that fight. So that was easy for them to say, he asked for 10 million. No, we good. So Bumpy Thompson says 5.5 and 1.5 from the UK. Amir Khan got. Yeah, so go ahead, Batman.
Yeah, but you gotta look at this though. Motherfucking Bob ain't the one that came out and said Keith wanted 10 million. Bob ain't put that out there. The team did that. So somebody on the team and Bob is nervous that Keith or Shawn Porter will get in the way of Earl Spence. Come on, man. Look what he just said on Barbershop Conversations. That they about to go back to fight a one. They about to make Josh Taylor, or motherfucking Jose Ramirez to come up to fight fucking Bud.
That's Bob's doing, but we gonna get into that, and we gonna get deep into that.
I understand that, but now it's the fighter's duty to say, nah, Bob, I'm trying to fight one of these dudes. For real, he gonna disrespect Shawn and say $1 million?
Yeah, we gonna explain that too.
All right, cool. I'm good, but I'm just saying they nervous of Keith Thurman, man. This is why people they are nervous of Keith Thurman. The man got hurt by a little guy. That's a gamble. Kyle Venasquez knocked him down, but Mean Machine, whatever. Ain't that's his name, Kyle Venasquez? Mean Machine.
Yeah. Green Machine, Mean Machine, yeah.
Yeah. Put him on his ass, and they ain't get the knockdown. So, what if Keith Thurman hit him on his chin, and Keith Thurman is a what? A good what? What is Keith Thurman? He's a good finisher.
Right.
And you might get a healthy Keith Thurman. Because Keith Thurman wasn't healthy against Pacquiao, nor he wasn't healthy against Hodociso Lopez.
Nah, he
both
wasn't.
his fight. But listen, but 100% Keith Thurman still looked 100% Keith Thurman still looked good. He still looked good. So I want to know. I want to get this from everybody on the panel. Is Bud a top 5 welterweight?
I think he is.
Of course he is.
I think he number 2. I think Earl number 1 and Bud.
Cool. All right, let me run it down then. So how the fuck is he a top? How is he top 5 and he haven't fought nobody to say he's up there? He got top talent.
Hold on, my brother Bet.
He's top, but he the top. He 1 or 2, wherever you want to put him. To me, he's 1 or 2.
Yeah, he's number 2 to me. But Bet, you got to put him as a top 5, bro. He got a title. You're looking at the skill set. Hold on, let me say this on Bet. He got his skill set, bro. Like you can't deny the skill set.
He got a top skill set at the welterweight division, but he's not a top. He haven't fought any competition at the welterweight division to put him up there.
He's fighting. Look, he's fighting cool. He's fighting good competition. He ain't fighting the best.
What?
He's fighting good competition. But the way that he's beating them, come on, he's beating them. He's beating the shit out of these guys. You can't do that, Batman.
Come on, man.
These guys, and he's beating them all in tremendous fashion.
All right, so who wouldn't have beat the shit out of fucking Amir Khan? Name one of them welterweights in the top 5 would never beat the shit out of Amir Khan.
I mean, look. When Danny Garcia fought Amir Khan was beating a dog shit out of Danny Garcia.
What Danny do? Danny loosened his chin up and motherfucking and Canelo knocked it loose. So all right, cool. But who at the top? Keith Thurman wouldn't have beat him in good fashion. Manny Pacquiao wouldn't beat him in good fashion. Shawn Porter wouldn't beat him in good fashion. Ugas wouldn't beat him in good fashion. No, now let's go to
Amir Khan is competitive with all of them dudes until he get hit in the motherfucking mouth.
He was boxing good
until he get hit in the mouth.
He was boxing the shit out of fucking Canelo. So what's the difference?
Right.
He was winning against Canelo.
I gotta give Crawford more credit than that, dog. I can't
give him credit because he's looking real shaky. Cause now that Earl Spence is about to go the Manny Pacquiao route, he's talking about no Shawn Porter. No, they talking about no Shawn Porter, no Keith Thurman.
Well, let's go ahead and get into that next. We're gonna get into that next. But go ahead. Okay. So Bob Arum, right? This is what Bob Arum has to say, right? As far as the Errol Spence and Terence Crawford situation, he keeps changing. First, he was making all the kinds of excuses why that fight not gonna happen, how they gonna want too much money in the networks, this, and that, right? Now he's saying that is the fight that he wants for Bud. He said Bud want that fight. He want that fight. He says that him and Al Heyman, he says that he don't see why they should be able to come to the table and sit down and do great business just like they did when they fought when they did with Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. He said when they did the deal with Tyson Fury and Wilder, he said that they worked together great. He says that he don't see no reason why they can't come to the table now and make this Errol Spence and Crawford fight and work together, great, and get this fight done. This is what he's saying now. Now I'm not even going, because I've talked about it before plenty of times. Before, his whole tune was different, right? But now he's out here, he's advocating for this fight between Spence and between Spence and Bud, right? Now he's like, okay, now we can sit down and make it. But you're not gonna make that fight if you think that Bud is gonna get 50-50. See, that's what Bob Arum didn't talk about. He didn't say, well, we're gonna have a problem making the fight because we want 50-50. He did talk about that, right? So if you're gonna want to sit down to the table, what you got to sit down and accept. What you got to accept. But now also, right? Also, he's also saying that because he knows that what Pacquiao, because he's saying that Bud and Pacquiao is off the table. Bob Arum did admit that. He says Pacquiao is not going to fight Bud Crawford and he's not going to fight Errol Spence. This is what Bob Arum is saying. Bob Arum is saying that Pacquiao now is focused on a fight with Conor McGregor. He says after the Conor and somebody asked him a question about, they threatened to strip him of the title if he goes and fight Conor McGregor. And Bob Arum, he made a good point. I can't lie. He made a good point. He says, you think Manny Pacquiao gives a damn if they strip him of a title, if he go and make 50, 60, 80 mil fighting Conor McGregor? He don't give a damn about that belt. And that's a good point, right? Now, we've seen Manny Pacquiao's team come out and mention Errol Spence. So we really don't know what Manny Pacquiao is going to do next, right? But we do know that Manny Pacquiao is not fighting Bud Crawford next, right? Bob Arum admitted that. That shit off the table. Bob Arum finally came out and kept it real about that shit. That shit's off the table, right? So now he's saying if he can't get a fight with Errol Spence, if that fight can't happen next, right? If he can't get a fight with Errol Spence and that fight not going to happen next, that he's looking to have Terence Crawford sit on the shelf, right? And wait to fight Jose Ramirez or Josh Taylor, the winner between them, right? So that means that Jose Ramirez and Josh Taylor, they're not going to fight until March or April, right? Then that brings you to damn near probably August, September, right? So you go have this man sit on, but it's funny because before he said that, he just had got done talking about how PBC fighters only fight one time a year, right? Recently, Terence Crawford only really fighting one time a year, 2 at the most, right? Since he got that guarantee. So, but that's a whole nother story, right? That's a whole nother story, right? So you're gonna make him, you want him to sit down, right? Wait to fight the winner between Jose Ramirez and Josh Taylor. You want them to come up to 147 and fight Terence Crawford. Why? Is because with Bob Arum, it's all about the money grab. Bob Arum knows that's an in-house fight, and he know he can put all that money in his pocket. He ain't got to split it with nobody else, no other network or none of that, right? That's what it is. When I tell y'all that Bob Arum is about the dollar sign, he about himself and the money. That's just what it is. And then he was asking about Shawn Porter, right? You making a million excuses not to fight Shawn Porter, and then saying, well, we'll give Shawn Porter $1 million. But on the other hand, you'll say that Terence Crawford wants to fight all of the best fighters. I'm real confused because how would you offer Shawn Porter $1 million? Shawn Porter has a big name, right, in boxing. Shawn Porter got a big name, been on pay-per-view. Whether you want to say it was because of Shawn Porter or Errol Spence, it don't matter. He's still been on pay-per-view. They did good numbers. Shawn Porter got, he's everywhere. Shawn Porter everywhere. And you talking about, well, you not even entertain that fight unless he's willing to take like $1 million, right? And so he says, well, if Shawn Porter wants that fight, right? Shawn Porter, they can go ahead and force their hand because Shawn Porter is his mandatory. He said, I'll just go ahead and let them force their hand, make them take it to purse bid, right? And I won't even bid. He says that I'll let PBC win the purse bid, right? I'll let PBC win the purse bid, and then I'll let Al Heyman, right, take off responsibility, right? Because if you win the purse bid, well then Al Heyman in the PBC is responsible for putting the money up for the fight and making everything happen. So he's telling you that, yeah, I mean, Shawn Porter is a good fighter, but I'm not gonna put a dime up to make a fight happen with Shawn Porter and Terence Crawford. But okay, so we hear that. Now we putting everything on Bob Arum as we should, but then why isn't Team Crawford coming out saying, look, we think that's a hell of a fight. Shawn Porter is the best fight for us if we don't get an Errol Spence fight. We don't want to sit around and wait for no Josh Taylor or Ramirez to move up. We want to take the best fight, so we gonna go ahead and push for the Shawn Porter fight if we don't get the Errol Spence fight next. Because Manny Pacquiao, all that Manny Pacquiao, that shit's off the table. I told y'all niggas, and I hope Bo Mac is listening. I told you Taiwan, and I told Drew Mac. I told all y'all niggas that he was not gonna fight Manny Pacquiao. So I want y'all to come on here and apologize and tell me I was right. Because I argued with all of y'all and y'all kept talking that Manny Pacquiao shit, and I told y'all that it was no way that Manny Pacquiao was gonna fight Bud Crawford. So come on, I want you to come on here and admit that you're wrong, because every time I'm wrong, I gotta come on this camera and admit that I'm wrong, right? So with that being said, why isn't Bo Mac, right, Terence Crawford, Taiwan, Drew Mac, and all the Team Crawford, why are they not advocating and saying, okay, if that's the thing, we can't get no Spence fight, we want to fight Porter. But no, they're doing the opposite. They're making a million excuses, trying to act like Shawn Porter ain't shit, so they don't have to fight Shawn Porter. Now that right there sounds real suspect to me. Now, whoever want to go, I'm gonna let y'all go. That's all I gotta say. Go ahead. The floor is, take yourself off mute, and who else want to say something, say that. Ain't nobody else got nothing to say?
They on some real live sucker shit. That's what they on. Okay. They on some real live sucker shit, man. Man, they even got to fight Shawn Porter or Keith Thurman, man. Now Keith coming out saying, man, yeah, y'all lying on me, man. I went high, but I was trying to negotiate. I mean, is y'all ducking? I mean, I don't want to call it a duck. Is y'all avoiding, just trying to get around the Earl? Just say so. You know what I'm saying? Just say so. Just say what y'all doing. Just come out like men. Stop giving the fuck what people talking about and say we just want the Earl Smith fight. If we can't get the Earl Smith fight, we want Manny Pacquiao fight. We can't fight neither one of them. We not fighting nobody over there. Just say it. Don't. Cause Shawn Porter had one of the best fights last year.
Right.
Yeah, Shawn Porter was in that fight. He's the best one. He's the best one that looked good against Earl so far. So man, you know, so if you take that challenge and beat the shit out of him, so it gotta be an Earl Smith fight next. If you beat the shit out of Shawn Porter better than Earl did, I mean, wins, because Earl ain't really beat the shit out of him. He won. But if you come in and do that domination shit that you do on all them other C-class fighters and do it to Shawn, man, you deserve an Earl Smith fight. Because Earl is doing the heavy lifting. He's doing the heavy lifting. Come on, man. Y'all motherfuckers need to stop this shit, man. This boy over there, man, eating light. He over there eating light while Earl eating heavy, man. This shit crazy.
That's Batman talking fight night. Yeah, man. It just don't make no to me. You know, it's like I said, something ain't adding up because, you know, so that's why I wanted Bomac to get on the panel and explain some of this shit, right? That's why I wanted Bomac to get on that panel and explain some of this shit. And I really like to hear what you say about, you know, some of these events taking place because Bob Arum is making it sound like that, you know, that they cool with just waiting and sitting on the sideline, you know, waiting and sitting on the sideline and waiting for Ramirez in the Josh Taylor winner when you got Shawn Porter right here breathing down your motherfucking neck. But you willing to pass up Shawn Porter, right? I don't understand this.
That's the fight for him, dog. If you can't get the Earl Spence fight, if Earl somehow get the Manny Pacquiao fight, the fight for Terence Crawford is the Shawn Porter fight. Nike, I seen your ass over here cooking on some shit talking about Bomac. Then what you was talking about?
Man. You can't be coming in and out the show and then want the nigga repeat whatever.
You can just give me a little recap on what you said, Negro. I know that's what you told them about. I know you said about. All right,
you in the building.
Don't even worry about it, bro. Don't even worry about it. I'm gonna say this: the fight for Bud will be a Shawn Porter fight. It would be a Shawn Porter fight. If Earl get the Manny Pacquiao fight, if Bud can't get Manny Pacquiao, a Shawn Porter fight for Bud, it will boost his popularity. It will boost his popularity. And if Bob really real about it, I try to put the shit on pay-per-view. I try to put Bud and Porter on pay-per-view and just see what it do. Just to see what it do. But if Bud can go in there and take out a Shawn Porter better than he could take, better than Earl took out Shawn Porter, it damn sure give him a lot of more credibility. That's an engaging fight to me. A fight with Bud and Shawn Porter is a more engaging fight than Bud and fucking Kell Brooks 3 years down the line. You know what I'm saying? 3 years down the line. That'd be a more to see, okay, damn, look what Bud did. And then a lot of these cats are talking about Bud gonna knock out Porter. Let's just say if he do go in there and knock out Porter, what did it do for his career? You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, if he can go in there and get a Shawn Porter fight, and Shawn saying he down for the fight, he want the fight, and Bud on record saying he'll fight him if Shawn Porter say he want the fight, then he'll say he want the fight. Shawn Porter been saying he want the fight left to right. Left to right, he been saying he want the fight, but I haven't been saying Bud saying he want the shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, he want to fight me when he had the belt. Thurman didn't fight me when he had the belt. He didn't want to fight me. So at the end of the day, dog, you got to fight somebody. You have to fight somebody. And what's wrong with the Porter fight?
Hey, Money, yeah, can I say this? they doing the same shit Bob Arum doing, keeping the belts on their side.
Oh, well, you say who doing the same thing Bob Arum doing?
The PBC.
Oh, yeah, man, Bob was the king of the in-house fights. He was the king of the rematches.
Hey, hold on, bro. Bro, come, dog, don't come in here. Come on, dog. Sturdy Q. See, this is the thing. We on here, we talking facts, right? I'm not talking about no, I don't like Terence Crawford. I'm not talking about I don't like no Errol Spence. I'm just giving y'all the rundown and giving y'all the facts, right? You can't come in here, Sturdy Q, and talking about some Josh Taylor victory is better than the Shawn Porter victory. No, the fuck it ain't. No, it's not. And if you saying that, you one of them dudes that's gonna ride with anything and everything that Terence Crawford do. Get off that bullshit. Now he's saying Shawn Porter coming off a loss. Who cares?
Shawn Porter ain't coming off no goddamn loss, man. Come on, man.
Yo, and he's not coming off no loss. That's a lie.
What has he done at 147? What has Josh Taylor done at 147? Josh Taylor name ain't, man, come on, man. Cut it out.
These dudes be killing me, dog.
But at the end of the day, man, like I was saying, dog, if Bud going there could take out a fucking Shawn Porter, bro, and do it in impressive fashion, guess who gonna be impressed? Batman gonna be impressed. And y'all see Batman saying the motherfucker ain't in the top 5 welterweight. But if he go in there and take out a Shawn Porter, Batman gonna be impressed, right? Batman, that's something you can't deny, right? That's something. Yeah. Now you see you shutting up the critics and you shutting up the haters and the naysayers towards you. Not saying Batman is one of them, but you shutting up certain people that's saying, well, you ain't this, you ain't that. You know what I'm saying? And they got a right to feel how they feel. To be honest with you, they got a right to feel how they feel. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I give him credit for what he did at 147, but everybody's not. Everybody's not, bro. So when we're looking at the situation, dog, I'll be jumping at the motherfucking Shawn Porter fight. I'll be jumping at the Shawn Porter fight. You feel me? But what's the reason that y'all don't want the fight? Because we know Porter gonna be. You can talk business with Porter. He ain't gonna turn down no dollar. Kenny Porter been saying he want it. Shawn Porter saying this shit, like I say, left and right on his show, on national television, here and there, every fucking word. So, and I feel like, and then I remember Bob saying that's the fight he want for Terence Bud Crawford. Bob is on record saying, I don't care what he's saying now. I seen him on record saying, I want the Shawn Porter fight. That's the fight we want, is the Shawn Porter fight. You know what I mean? So right there, you got a chance to make good money. You got a chance to get one of the guys that y'all keep talking about that was ducking. No PBC guys want to fight you. Or they all ducking. They don't want to fight Bud. This, that, and the third. For all you cats out there that's saying that shit, right? So then when you finally got a chance to get one of the PBC guys, you know what I'm saying? It's a whole lot of bullshit. Oh, they didn't want to fight me when they had the belt. This, that. All right. So what you gonna play the tit for tat game and go fight a Joe Blow? You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, man, if you want to
understand, is he talking about that he wants? But that's what I was saying. Money is he on some shit talking about that? Well, you know, we got the winner Josh Taylor and Ramirez. They're gonna fight sometime in the spring, and you know, Terence Crawford, he could just wait for the winner between. That's what he's trying to do. He don't want to put him in the fire of none of that tough smoke. He talking about waiting all the way until next summer for him to fight the winner between Josh Taylor and Ramirez.
Yeah, well, we'll see what that bullshit goes. Like I say, the best.
What's wrong with this dude right here? Do you even watch boxing? Hold on, dog. This dude, you told me, homie, because he's talking about
his hands, Key. We know we already see what he wants. He want niggas to play to it. He can go.
That's how for the struggle in 12 rounds versus
Foreman. And that shit was a blowout. Man, what are you
talking about?
But this is the thing with that fight. Josh Taylor would be the better opponent for him because we know Ramirez ain't got shit coming. Even Josh Taylor coming up probably don't have shit coming. But right now, neither one of them dudes hold the weight that Shawn Porter holds right now at 147 to put you on a pedestal for you to go to that negotiation table and get X amount of dollars with Errol Spence Jr. What you trying to get? Josh Taylor and Jose Ramirez do not play on your chessboard for the business side to go into that business room with Errol Spence Jr. to say, oh, guess what? I just beat Josh Taylor. I just beat Jose Ramirez. That was the undisputed champion at 140 pounds. You was the undisputed champion at 140 pounds. So what the fuck does that mean? It ain't translating to dollars. That's what I'm saying. It's not translating to dollars, bro. You feel me? So if you want to wait for them dudes to fight next year, because that's what we got to wait on for these cats to fight. Then after that, then you got to see what they talking about with the situation, because they probably don't even want to come to 147. And the first fight they get is Terence Crawford. You see what I'm saying? They feel like they can't fair to the wolves. So how that's gonna play out? You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, dog, it just gonna come down to Bud putting that fucking ego to the side, Bud understanding what's best on the chessboard. If you want to play the business game with Earl Spence Jr., then you better get your ass in there and make some noise against one of these top 5 welterweights, because you still haven't fought a top 5 welterweight yet, dog.
Y'all know what I see though? I see a coup. That's the coup. I see him getting tricked, man. They trying to give him to fight them boys, man. They gonna pull that shit they pulled on Manny Pacquiao, man. They gonna pull that shit they pulled on Manny.
You talking about make that boy lose that scrap?
They gonna take him off the chessboard.
Yeah, especially if he talking about he leaving.
They gonna take him off. If this is what they saying, they can't make no money with him. So if I got Josh Taylor Ramirez coming up, I got a Mexican fan base, and I got what's that, Great Britain or wherever the fuck you from? He across the sea. He over there, across the pond.
Right.
I got a better fan base holding this belt. So Earl said he still want the belt. So Earl gonna come get the belt and come be undisputed. And this might be looking like a more bigger lucrative business deal.
Yeah, Terence Crawford gonna fuck both of them boys up the same night if they fuck around him and try to fuck with him. Terence Crawford will fuck both of them.
If he don't stop him, Pacquiao was fucking Jeff Horn up.
Now, hey, Terence Crawford will stop Ramirez and he'll stop Josh Taylor.
Let me go to this. Pacquiao was beating the shit out Sean Bradley, Tim Bradley. But who got the win?
Right. You right. They did Pacquiao so dirty, man. They did Pacquiao so dirty. You right. But you know, hey.
Sweet Pea beat the shit out Chavez, man.
Beat the shit out of him.
And who got what happened?
Yep. Yeah. But see, I think Terence Crawford stopped Jose Ramirez or Josh Taylor. I think he stopped both of them. Especially
what if he don't stop him?
Them moving up to 147, he gonna stop him. He's stopping both of them. Man, 503 that fell asleep.
Nah, bro, I'm in the cut, man. I'm just soaking up game, man. I'm just soaking up game. I mean,
what's your take, 503?
I mean, shit. Everybody got solid points, man. I mean, at the end of the day, man, like I feel like all this shit, bro, that we cooking on is basically we want to see Terence Crawford in the big fights, man. And for whatever reason, Bob Arum ain't making it happen. Like because I didn't listen to the full interview with him in Barbershop, so I'm gonna have to go back and listen. But from what Money's saying and what you saying and what Bat's saying, I mean, I can kind of summarize it up. Like you saying that y'all not willing to pay Shawn Porter or Keith Thurman, but you paid Amir Khan and you paid Kell Brook. And you really didn't pay Kell Brook. Kell Brook just took the fight because he was desperate at the time and he wanted a shot at a title. But is you gonna be able to lowball guys like Porter and Danny and Keith, who didn't see multi-million dollars from fighting on pay-per-views and you know what I'm saying, being down with PBC since day one? You know what I'm saying?
503.
Yeah.
That man said he gave Porter $1 million, man.
Damn, see, this is what I'm saying, bro. That's why we go so hard about this whole ordeal with Terence Crawford, bro. And like I say, I don't think it's Terence Crawford at the end of the day. I think it's the team around him, bro. You know what I'm saying? And you got to think about this, just like y'all was saying, man. They probably finna off that boy in a few. Let him have a close this tough fighter, dog fighter, or something, man, and he don't re-sign that contract with Bob by next year, man, they gonna get that boy his first loss. You know what I'm saying? You ain't finna leave this motherfucking company unscathed unless you sit your ass on that shelf for a year or you take a L and you get your belt took. You know what I'm saying? Either way as it go, they gonna try to fuck you. You know what I'm saying? So I just hope Terence Crawford, Bo McNair, man, I hope they playing chess, not checkers, man. Because right now, bro, y'all looking real suspect out here in these streets, man. And all we want, bro, like I say, all we want is the best fights, man. We want to see Terence Crawford in there with Thurman, Earl, Porter, Pacquiao. These are all the fights we want. But if your team not putting you in position, who fault is it? Is it our fault? Nah, man, that fall on y'all.
Man, Sheena in the chat. Sheena got me. She got me dying laughing over here, man. She funny as hell. Hey, well, yeah, man. But 503. What you gotta say about Bob Arum? See, and I'm gonna repeat it again. Bob Arum said if he don't get that Spence fight, right? And he already said they ain't studying Porter. Porter gonna have to make that shit happen, right? Porter gonna have to force go through the sanctioning body to see if he can force a purse bid, right? He said other than that, they not fighting Porter unless Porter's willing to take $1 million, right? But he says what he will do is Terence Crawford is just sit on a shelf and chill and wait to fight the winner between Josh Taylor and Ramirez. So that's what I really want to know. How you feel about that shit? I guess he don't feel no type of way about it.
503.
503.
He think that's bitch nigga shit. That's why he ain't answer.
Yeah, what you said, bro? Somebody, the maintenance man just came to my door, bro. What you said?
No, basically, I said that, basically to sum it up, Bob Arum, he said they not studying Shawn Porter. They don't want to fight Shawn Porter unless Shawn Porter is willing to take $1 million. They ain't gonna pay him no more than that. But he says that Bud Crawford, right? He said he they gonna have Bud, just wait out the winner between Josh Taylor and Ramirez, and then wait all that time and then return to fight the winner between them two. So what I was saying is how you feel about that shit,
Man, oh shit,
Bomac. Hold on, Bomac. I told you to come on here. You talking about don't listen to none of that. I asked right earlier. I said before I even get to talking about this, I would like Bomac to come on here and explain some of this stuff. I said because a lot of it sounds funny and it ain't making no sense to me. So you ain't come on here, Bomac. Right. Go ahead, 503.
I mean, shit, man. What I think about it is, it's like you be at school, man, and you standing in line, man. You got your money and shit, and here come this nigga, this bully ass nigga trying to come skip everybody. He trying to skip the geek and the nerd. You know what I'm saying? That's been waiting. You know what I'm saying, to get his little snacks and shit. That's what it seemed like Bud and them trying to do in Top Rank. You know what I'm saying? They want to skip the line. They don't want to wait their motherfucking me turn. They don't want to put no dedication and time into the shit. And they want to just skip everybody. And it don't work like that, bro. All these dudes, one thing I can say about Earl Spence, Shawn Porter, Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia, bro, all them dudes did a merry-go-round, bro. All them fought each other. You know what I'm saying? So we know who is at the top level and who ain't at the top level, and who is good and who is great. We know that shit about Earl, Danny, Keith, Pacquiao. We know that shit. Even Pacquiao came back and fought the young lions and Adrian Broner and Keith Thurman. So what makes Bud so special to where he can't do it? You know what I'm saying? Floyd did it. Shit, pretty boy Floyd fought everybody. He ain't complain and try to skip the line. You know what I'm saying? What makes Bud feel like he gonna do the same to do that and to say that you gonna fight some 140 pounders? Come on, man. What about Regis Prograis? What about Marios Barrios? What about all them other guys at 140 that want to shot at Josh Taylor and Jose Ramirez? You just gonna say fuck their career and you gonna let Bud take their opportunity. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think that Bud Crawford, right? I don't think that Bud want to fucking sit around and fight no Josh Taylor Ramirez. Now I know that's what Bob Arum wants for him because Bob Arum said it. But it's up to Bud. It's up to you, Bo Mac, right? It's up to the whole Crawford team, right? And Bo Mac. It's for y'all to stud up and say, look, we're not waiting around to fight no Josh Taylor or Jose Ramirez winner. If we ain't getting Errol Spence, we want Keith Thurman or Shawn Porter. Stud up! Because what y'all gonna sit on the table and wait for some bullshit like that? That's what Bob Arum said. That's the next move if y'all can't fight Errol Spence, right? And everybody want to see the Errol Spence fight, right? I don't want to see neither one of them in the ring with nobody else if it ain't each other. But that's not a reality. They probably not gonna fight next. So we know whoever Errol Spence fight next, he gonna fight a top dog. Now, top dogs are on the table for Terence Crawford, but are y'all gonna take it? That's all I want.
Let me say this, Key. Bo, you're right, dog. Bud can do whatever the fuck he want to do. Nobody is not saying that, bro. He got the right to say, I want to fight this fighter, that fighter, or this fighter. But in the mix of doing what the fuck you want to do, and when it comes down to the business side, when you doing what you want to do and somebody else doing what they want to do, and that business don't add up to what you doing and what they doing, if that man business is bigger than y'all business, then y'all need to sit down and accept what y'all deserve, because y'all can do what the fuck y'all want to do. But that don't mean y'all can just come to the table and say, well, we want Errol Spence and we want this because we did this, that, and the third. Nah, this shit ain't adding up business-wise, dog. So, yes, you're right. Whatever Bud want to do, we want to do. Fuck what everybody's saying. You got the right to do that. Nobody said y'all can't do that shit.
And ain't nobody got to fight in fights.
That shit. But don't get pissed off for people feeling how they feel neither. Don't get pissed off because you got Shawn Porter on the hold on. Don't get pissed off because you got Shawn Porter on the table and people that know this boxing game know that Shawn Porter is a bigger fucking fight than a motherfucking Josh Taylor and a Jose Ramirez, and they put y'all on the bigger fucking platform. You understand what I'm saying?
Hey, Money.
So hold on. So when it comes down to the big side of shit, when it comes down to y'all want Errol Spence, and Errol Spence to fought all these motherfuckers, and y'all ain't fought none of them motherfuckers, and y'all come to the table talking about, oh, we want 50-50. No, you ain't getting no motherfucking 50-50. You can say y'all a pound for pound best, but does it translate to dollars, Bo Mac? Is it translating over to the pay-per-view buys? Huh? Does it translate to dollars? Fuck no, and you can agree to that. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you can be the pound for pound best, you can be the former undisputed champion, you can be the 3-division world champion. It ain't translate to dollars. It ain't translated to dollars. It ain't don't listen to Bud. Don't listen to Bob. Bob is the one that's gonna make the fight happen. At the end of the day, could the fight happen without Bob Arum? Let me ask you that, Bo Man. Could you go to the table right now without Bob Arum and make the fight happen with Errol Spence Jr.? Could
No,
you?
you can't.
So don't say don't listen to Bob because you know Bob control a big part of that shit. So at the end of the day, man, just keep it real, dog. You can come in here, you can flex all you want to. Oh yeah, we the pound for pound this. Some people beg the difference about that shit now. You know what I'm saying? So
pound for pound is a make-believe list. Yeah. That shit a make-believe list.
When it comes to the money, Bo, how long we been calling them? Man, how long have you been calling out Errol Spence? And how long Errol Spence been calling out cats? It's a business, dog. So if you said out your own mouth, the fight gonna happen. You know he gonna clean. What he gonna do is, he gonna clean up that side over there with them guys. And I guess when he's finished milking the cow, he's gonna come to the table and say he has some leverage. So you understand the chess move, Bo Mac. You're not dumb at all. You understand the chess move. Just like Andre Ward said, he understands the chess move. So guess what? When he finished making his chess moves, and y'all come to the table because y'all playing checkers, not chess. And this man is checkmating y'all ass in every different way. When he comes to the table and he say, I want this on the business side, y'all ain't gonna have no choice but to say that man deserves that. And if y'all don't, then it ain't gonna be no fight. And it's gonna be some fucked up.
Bo Mac, you can say we don't know shit about boxing all day, but you still ain't answered the question. Are y'all gonna take the smoke with one of these big fighters, or y'all gonna sit around and wait for Josh Taylor and Jose Ramirez winner? You talking all that shit, but you ain't saying nothing.
I'm not worried about Bo Mac saying we don't know shit about boxing because we got people coming to this motherfucker.
He's saying a lot, but he ain't saying nothing. He still ain't answered the question.
And a whole bunch of bullshit. That's what he's saying.
Let me get in. I'm gonna say this. Terence Bud Crawford did 50,000 pay-per-view buys, 150
120.
on Khan. Why is he not fighting pay-per-view every time he fight? Mr. Bomac.
But Mike, you got a lot of damn questions that you ain't never asked us yet.
You answer my question, Bo Mac. I asked you a question.
He can't fight. He can't fight that shit because he's not a marketable fighter. He's not a star. He's an all-star. And y'all keep on using that pound for pound shit, but he don't bring in the money. Everybody want to fight Earl Smith. If Earl Smith choose not to fight him and go fight Canelo Alvarez, he's gonna be shitting. He's gonna be shit out of luck.
Yep.
Then they gonna have no choice.
Y'all, Bo Mac on Facebook. He comment on the Facebook Live. That's why y'all can't see him.
Like to me, right? It ain't even really about Errol Spence to me, right? Because if that fight don't happen next, we know that fight we all know that fight probably not gonna happen next, right? So what's the next thing for Terence Crawford? Because we got all these other cats calling out Terence Crawford, right? We got all these dudes calling out Terence Crawford.
Shawn Porter right there.
And he's right there, bro. He's right there, but y'all acting like y'all trying to downplay him. Everybody y'all trying to downplay. And Bob Arum is saying that, oh, well, we'll just sit back and we'll wait for Jose Ramirez and Josh Taylor winning, right? I'm saying that I took up for y'all, bud. Bo Mac, right? I took up for y'all. But you said I ain't know shit about boxing. I said that I didn't think it was Terence Crawford that wanted that fight. I said that I thought if it was up to Terence Crawford, he don't want to sit around and wait for no Jose Ramirez and Josh Taylor because he know he gonna fuck both of them up, right? And he ain't gonna get no credit for beating a Jose Ramirez or Josh Taylor coming up from 140. I took up for y'all, but I don't know shit about boxing. Now, since I don't know shit about boxing, please answer my question that I asked you. Is he gonna take that Keith Thurman or Shawn Porter smoke when the fight is presented? That's all I want to know.
It's looking like he not, man, because we always got to navigate through some bullshit when it comes to Terence Bud Crawford, bro. We don't have to do this with no other fighters besides Terence Bud Crawford on the American side. This shit feel like Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder all over again, bro. This is what this shit feel like. And it's sad to say that it's coming from one of our favorite fighters, but it is. And Bo Mac, you can't get mad because we calling y'all out on y'all bullshit, bro, because it's what it is. All we want to do is see Terence Bud Crawford fight Shawn Porter, Keith Thurman, Earl Spence Jr., and motherfucking me, Manny Pacquiao or Danny Garcia, bro. That's all we asking for. You know what I'm saying? We not asking y'all for $100 million. We asking y'all to make the fight happen. You know what I'm saying? That's what it comes down to, bro.
Man,
we don't give a fuck about nothing else.
Go back, man. Cut that out, dog. Because you're not answering no questions. You're trying to deflect, right? You coming in here talking about when was the top welterweights? Where was the top welterweights at when Bud was calling them out when he did? So basically, what you're telling me, because you didn't answer none of the questions, right? And I'm giving you a chance to clear that shit up, right? So what you telling me?
Listen.
What you telling me is you don't want to fight none of them. Like Bob Arum said, and wait to fight Ramirez or Josh Taylor.
Let me
say this, money. Y'all, PBC doing what Bob Arum always do: fight his fighters first, and then go on and see if it's a fight out there on any other platform that it is good to make. That's what they doing.
Now here we go.
If the roles was reversed and everybody was on top rank and Smith was on PBC and Bub was the top nigga, he'd be doing the same shit. So I mean,
man, we already know what Bob would be doing. Bob won't even let them in the building. But here we go though. We say where was the top welterweights at when Bud was calling them out when he didn't have a belt? When Bud didn't have a belt, right? When Bud first came to 147, he got a scrap. So he always had a scrap, right? So not that though, but the PBC fighters are where they was at when he had a belt and when he didn't have a belt. They still on top. You still got Earl Spence, Keith Thurman, Shawn Porter, Danny Garcia, still right there with the PBC side, still right there, still top welterweights, Bo Mac. Still top welterweights. The only difference is Errol Spence has beaten 2 of them and grabbed another scrap. But it don't take away from their skill level, and it don't take away from them dudes still being top welterweights. Now, you said where was they at? He wasn't calling all of them out. Yo dude came out calling out motherfucking Keith Thurman. He wanted Keith Thurman just like Errol Spence and everybody else wanted Keith Thurman. Then when y'all wanted the Danny Garcia fight, we understood what happened there. But Danny was in position of fighting Shawn Porter. He was in position to fight Shawn Porter. But the thing is this, you still have those same fighters right there on the PBC side, Bo Mac. So you talking about where they was at. No, you motherfuckers playing egotistic games right now. You niggas want to play, oh, I'm the big dog, I'm in this seat right here, all this shit. It don't matter because guess what? Them same welterweights still bring credibility to your fighter if he fight them. Even if he was to fight, if he fight Shawn Porter right now, what other credibility he's going to get fighting another fighter than Shawn Porter if it ain't Errol Spence? Who else going to put credibility on his name at 147? Him fight Keith Thurman. Who else going to put that credibility on his resume of fighting Keith Thurman? You feel me? If he can't get the Errol Spence fight, whom else? He can't get no more credibility than fighting Keith Thurman or Shawn Porter right now at 147. No other fighter is going to give him that type of credibility. So you motherfuckers going to be in the same position. Going to be in the same position. In the same position, right? While Errol Spence is steady growing on you motherfuckers, because that's the big fight y'all want. Everything leads to Errol Spence right now. Everything leads to Errol Spence right now. So what you gonna say? What you said in your one little post, we don't need Errol Spence to be a Hall of Famer. Okay, the Hall of Famer is down the line. But y'all fit to retire right now? Or y'all gonna retire right now? Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. And they got losses and they still big names, bro. Mac, you wanna know why? Because they fighting the top competition. So a loss don't mean shit. And you ain't stuck in no motherfucking Mayweather era, so don't talk about no loss, dog. So when are you going to step up to the plate and put your mans in the ring with a top 5 welterweight, Bo Mac? So you okay with fighting the B minuses and the C plus welterweights because y'all winning. Y'all looking good fighting those fighters so you can stay on top and say, oh, well, look at my fighters looking good. Well, let's see when you put him in there with some resistance to see how good he look. Let's see if he can go southpaw and continue to do all that switching back and forth shit when he in there with some top competition. Let's see if he can keep Shawn Porter off his ass. Let's see that. Let's see if he can keep Shawn Porter off his ass. Let's see if he can take the Keith Thurman shots. Let's see that type of shit. Not no motherfucker that's been out for 3 years from welterweight to come back down. Not no motherfucker with a fucking good. I don't even want to play that game. I ain't gonna even go there. But let's see. You got the top cats right there with Shawn Porter and Keith Thurman calling out your boy. Shawn Porter on y'all ass. You won't even mention his name. You won't even mention Shawn Porter's name. You talking about waiting on a motherfucker. A Josh Taylor and a motherfucking Jose Ramirez, who Jose Ramirez arguably could have lost his last fight. All offense, no defense. We know what Bud gonna do to him. Josh Taylor got a good skill set. We know Bud gonna outbox him. They coming up, but you got legitimate fights at 147 right now to put all this bullshit that people talking about, all that noise, straight to sleep with beating somebody like a Shawn Porter. You don't even have to knock Shawn Porter out like people talking about. All you got to do is beat Shawn Porter, bro. All you have to do is beat Shawn Porter. All you have to do is beat Keith Thurman, and the recognition jump up. And guess what else jump up? The percentage might jump up with Errol Spence Jr. The percentage might jump up. But now that you send your ass back talking about, oh, we can do what the fuck we want to do. You're the number 1 pound for pound fighter. Yeah, that shit only lasts so long, dog. You ain't fighting motherfuckers to prove that at the welterweight division. So you gonna keep running with that shit? You gonna continue to run with that shit. So now it's time for your guy to step up to the plate, dog. Step up to the plate. Fight one of these cats that Errol Spence fought. Not no motherfucker that he fought 3 years ago and then spent 3 years at 154, then coming back down because that's not an engagement. Shawn Porter came off of Errol Spence fight that y'all want to say, oh, he gave Errol Spence a tough fight. He made it look like this. He made it look like that. Well, put your man in there and make it look better than Errol Spence. That's easy. Put your man in there and make it look better than Errol Spence and make people say, God damn, he did Shawn Porter like that. Nobody never did Shawn Porter like that. Because last time I checked, Errol Spence just did Danny Garcia the way nobody ever did Danny Garcia. Nobody. So this man is playing chess while y'all playing checker. You can sit in that Bomac gym. You can train your little fighters. You can talk that shit from the sideline. But the facts gonna be the facts, and the people know the real, dog. The people know the real. So stay on that egotistic shit. Errol Spence gonna continue to claim a choice on you motherfuckers. When it comes time to sit at that table, and if y'all don't accept what that man say he's giving y'all, then don't come over here talking about Errol Spence ducking this or ducking that. That means you motherfuckers don't want the fight and never wanted to fight because y'all haven't did shit to put yourself in position to get the fight. And that's that, dog.
Floyd Mayweather was pound for pound when he fought Oscar De La Hoya. Got 60-40.
Right.
He got 30. He got 30% when he fought De La Hoya.
It's
Oh,
easy.
my fault. 70-30. 70-30.
Yeah.
My fault.
Same shit though. I mean, shit. You know, he was a low man.
So this is what I'm talking about, right? It's easy to come in here and to deflect and say, "Oh, y'all don't know shit about boxing. Y'all don't know we can do what we want." But you never answered none of the questions. That was a simple question, Bo Mac. A simple question, because what I was trying to do, I'm thinking, okay, Bo Mac gonna come, he gonna clear this shit up, he gonna let everybody know we not interested in fighting no Josh Taylor or Jose Ramirez and sitting on the side. But you didn't do that. You didn't do that, right? All you said is we can do what we want to.
Hey, Keith.
He can do what he wants to. You had the chance to clear this shit up. Now I'm on your helmet because I gave you a chance to clear that shit up, right? I gave you a chance to clear it up in all of this talk, right? Because you said don't nobody know shit about boxing, fuck all the fans and all this shit. He ain't ducking nobody, but you had a chance to clear all of that up because I don't never come in here and say that Bud is ducking this dude and Bud ain't doing this and Bud ain't doing that. I don't do that, right? But I laid down the facts. I told you exactly what people are saying, but I told you what Bob Arum was saying. And you had a chance to clear that up. Now we got Blue Blood, right? Blue Blood, shout out to Blue Blood. Blue Blood says that he's inviting you to come on his show tonight at 10 p.m., right? 10 p.m. East Coast time, to come on his show tonight and speak your truth, right? All you saying is y'all don't know shit about boxing and Bud can do what he wants to. You ain't cleared nothing up.
That's a lame excuse,
all you're doing
man.
is proving what Bob Arum said. Basically,
Hey, Keith.
now, right?
Hey, Keith, they must not know shit about boxing. They can't know shit about boxing because Bud is not a fucking superstar yet. So they must don't know shit about boxing.
And to me, it's like all you doing is digging yourself in a deeper hole because you got a chance to come out and say, look, we ain't interested in that shit. We will take the smoke with Shawn Porter. We will take the smoke with Keith Thurman. Because if you ain't fighting Shawn Porter or Keith Thurman, right, or Ugas at the very least, who the fuck else is you gonna fight?
You know what?
Who else you gonna fight? You gonna sit on the sideline and wait for Josh Taylor or Jose Ramirez?
You know what it is? You know what it is? You know what it is, Keon? What's going on, man?
I'm the Lord to the game boxing talk off in the building. What's good?
I'm gonna tell you exactly what it is, right? The excuse they keep using is that we don't know shit about boxing, but the truth is they don't have no control over who they fight. I mean, it's obvious. And the way we could just show how obvious it is, like just receipts for stuff, like you pull it up. Look at the interview he did with the Boxing Voice of Brian Custer and Ness when they were asking him about who they was going to fight next. They said either Errol Spence and Manny Pacquiao. They only wanted people with belts. Then when they asked him what about Keith Thurman when he was throwing shots at them, he said Keith Thurman. They're gonna make excuses when we beat him and blah 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 blah. We ain't gonna get no credit. Then they asked him about Kell Brook. Now this is the telling part right here. He said up at bad. Why we gonna fight him? And then a week later they was negotiating with Kell Brook. So what that tell you is that he don't know who they gonna fight next because Bob Arum tell him who they gonna fight. And Bob Arum came out and said no Shawn Porter, and they can't say Shawn Porter even if they really want to fight Shawn Porter. They can't say it. And so what they do as a rebuttal for that is to say that the people don't know anything about boxing, but the fact remains that he constantly says stuff first without thinking, and then the receipt is there, and then when you bring the receipt up about what he's saying, then he says you don't know what you talk about boxing, or we don't know the business. But what we do know in the business, that shit is real simple, right? You at 147, you have one belt. That one belt is the WBO. There's a mandatory for the WBO. Point blank, period. There's a mandatory. That's how it works. So what's going on with Shawn Porter if that's your mandatory, right? Because listen, I'm not hating. I'm just going to bring up facts and receipts, right? The biggest accomplishment Terence Bud Crawford had two big accomplishments that people know him for in the sport, right? One, is beating Gamboa, and that put him on the stage where everyone was like, yo, this dude is nice, because Gamboa at that time was probably favored to beat him, right? And he came out there and knocked out Gamboa, and everyone was like, damn, who this kid? He nice. He could switch this, that, and the other. It put him on the map. Then after that, it was going to 140 pounds, and it becoming undisputed. But let's just keep it 100, because everyone goes, oh, this is history he made. It's undisputed. But let's keep it 100. Who the fuck is Julius Ndongo? I mean, we're not taking away from your accomplishment of becoming undisputed. That's history. That's in the record books. But it's Julius Ndongo, okay? So you coming from Julius Ndongo coming up to 147 for a belt that we all know Manny Pacquiao was trying to do what y'all was doing and tried to leave Top Rank, and he got the belt yanked, and they set y'all up with a belt and then just said, we don't – see, these are the receipts they don't talk about. This is what Bob said. We don't think Keith Thurman is not an elite fighter. Danny Garcia is not an elite fighter. Thurman is not an elite fighter. That's what he said, right? That's just what Bob said, and they had to stand on that the whole time and just talk about Spence. They had to stand on that because that's what Bob said. So for them to tell us that we don't know nothing about boxing, we don't know anything. All we doing is following the breadcrumbs y'all left. That's all we doing. That's all we doing. I mean, none of these things I said is false or is hating, but at the reality of the situation is, bro, you gotta fight somebody. You don't come from 147 and think and again, let's talk about some more facts. Your first pay-per-view did 50,000. That ain't y'all fault. That's Bob's fault. When Heyman was giving them free TV fights like Thurman and Porter, Bob tried to force his old way and put a post style someone that no one really knew who was, and then no one wanted to pay for that shit. Point blank, period. Right? It did 50,000 a flop. It's not Bud's fault. Bud did what he was supposed to do. Then he goes to Amir Khan. Now check out how dumb this shit was they did with Amir Khan. Amir Khan and Kell Brook at that time were in negotiations, right? And Amir Khan said, I'm not gonna fight him if he don't put a rehydration clause in there. And the UK wanted to see that fight so bad, and Amir Khan said no. And then he lost his UK support because they said he was ducking. What Bob did, he went over there and grabbed Amir Khan thinking he was going to get a European fan base to buy the pay-per-view, and it flopped again, and it flopped. So, like, these are just facts at the end of the day. This ain't no hate. This is just what it is. So, at the end of the day, you can't tell the fans they don't know shit about boxing if this is what you're doing. This is what y'all doing, right? So you have a Keith Thurman, right? You got a person like Keith Thurman who just did 500,000 views with Manny Pacquiao, right? 500,000 views with Manny Pacquiao. He didn't get knocked out, right? It was a good fight.
Actually did 6+.
Right.
They did 6+.
Right. So they do 600 plus. Then when this dude say, let's fight, right? In the pandemic, y'all come up with all these excuses about he want too much money, this, that, and the other. Don't shoot no offer back to Keith Thurman, right? Talking about, oh, now we're going to have to get different type of sparring partners to get in there, you know, for Keith and all this stuff, right? Because these are all the things he said, right? So now you done went and did a fight in a bubble with no gate, right? Against a guy that never made weight that weight in 3.5 years and had both eye sockets broke, right? And then you like, okay, we want 50-50. And then you want to tell the fans we don't know nothing about boxing. Like, explain your case here.
And my main thing is right. You get on here and you say shit like, oh, if Bud can do whatever he wants, he's Bud Crawford. Okay, well, don't complain. Don't come on here complaining, but motherfuckers are not paying to see that shit. You see what I'm saying? Don't complain when the pay-per-view numbers are low, because that's what you said. Bud can do what he wants, right? So basically, you telling the consumer, we don't have to give y'all the best fights. We don't have to put him in there with these other top guys if it ain't Errol Spence. Other than that, Bud can do what he wants. Fuck y'all. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about. That's what you're telling everybody. We're not gonna fight these other top level guys. If their name ain't Errol Spence, and let's stop talking about Manny Pacquiao because Bob Arum already said that ain't happening. That shit's off the table. Manny Pacquiao ain't fighting, right? He already said that. So now is basically you telling us if it ain't Errol Spence, Buck can do whatever he wants. We ain't gotta give y'all these other fights that y'all want to see. That's how I'm taking it. How y'all take that? When he come and say, y'all don't know shit about boxing, Buck can do what he wants.
I mean, the most basic thing to say that we know about boxing, I think anyone who at least follows a sport for like 6 months understands that you have a mandatory and then you have a voluntary title defense. Well, I know that Kell Brook wasn't a mandatory, right? Because he ain't fought at 147 for 3.5 years. So if you don't have Errol Spence, right, and Manny Pacquiao, the only people who's ever believed anything about y'all fighting Manny Pacquiao is them. Because let's go back to this again. Back in 2015, when they tried to get the Manny Pacquiao fight, it didn't happen. And then a couple years ago, Bob came out and said, "Hey, I killed the fight because I didn't want Manny to get hurt." But you're still depending on this same guy who just told you that to now deliver you Manny Pacquiao when Manny Pacquiao is no longer in his organization. I mean, make it make sense at this point.
This how I take it, bro. He's completely right. I don't knock him. I'm not gonna sit up here and say you can't. Like I just told him, you got the right. Y'all got the right to do whatever the fuck y'all want to do. We can't tell them what to do in the boxing game. We can't tell y'all what moves to make, who to fight, this, that, and the third. Y'all in position to do what y'all want to do. You know what I mean? You the manager. Y'all can go in there. Y'all can fight Joe Blow from around the street. Y'all can fight Joe Blow from Alaska. Y'all can fight whomever the fuck y'all want to fight. Or y'all in position to be a Hall of Fame fighter. If Bud was to hang up his gloves, you're absolutely fucking right. Nobody can deny that shit. 3-division world champion, undisputed champion. You know what I'm saying? You can't take that away from him. Pound for pound, fighter of the year, all the accolades in the world. Nobody's denying it. You know what I'm saying? But when you look at what's going on now, and y'all in position, y'all talking about y'all want a certain fighter, that's what y'all doing. Y'all want a certain fighter, y'all want Spence. 1 minute he don't mean shit to y'all, next minute y'all let the fights and things of that nature. But y'all not stupid. Y'all know that's y'all big fucking money fight right now. You know that's the fight. We all know that's the fight. The people not just saying it's the fight, they want to see it for no damn reason. Y'all know it's the fight. Y'all chasing Manny Pacquiao because y'all know that's the fight to get to come to the table and even the business out. You know what I'm saying? But if y'all not doing the right shit to get there, or y'all not accepting the right things to make the fight happen, y'all not gonna get the fight. You know what I'm saying? Y'all not gonna get the fight. So of course, y'all can do whatever the fuck y'all want to do. But just like you're saying, y'all can do whatever the fuck y'all want to do. The man that y'all chasing got the exactly opportunity to do whatever the fuck you want to do as well. You did? But if his business is bigger than y'all business, when y'all too much y'all come to the table, y'all want to sit down, then y'all gotta accept what's going down. Because y'all did whatever the fuck y'all want to do, and the shit ain't adding up to what y'all want right now. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what it's gonna come down to at the end of the day, man.
Check this out, Money. So check this out, right? Because Bo Mac, you like to use the analogy, oh, y'all wearing Spence draws. Y'all wearing Spence draws. Every time somebody say something, right? But check this out, right? If Errol Spence come out and he say, you know what? Fuck Terence Crawford. I'm not fighting him, right? And then we come and make we come on here and make a live video talking about, well, Errol Spence can do what he want to. He can do what he want to. He's Errol Spence. He ain't got to fight Terence Crawford. He can do what he want to. Is that the same thing? Is that the same thing? You see what I'm saying? You see how we could go? You see how we could go with this?
Errol Spence is a superstar. He can do what he wants to.
You know what I'm saying? So if we came on here and did that, then you will be on here talking about y'all wearing Spence draws, y'all wearing Spence draws. So what is it? Because I can break this down a million ways if you want me to.
Man, Earl need to go get that Canelo fight, man.
I think, but I want to see the Terence Crawford and Errol Spence fight. I'm not.
Earl ain't leaving 147 without fighting Bud, bro. He ain't leaving without fighting that dude.
He's not going to leave the division. He said it, though. I'm going to take that man for what he said. He said he's not leaving 147 without fighting Bud. That's the fight that I want to see more than it's two fights that I want to see more than anything in boxing, right? It's Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, and it's a rematch with Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. That's my two top fights. So don't get it twisted. Don't act like I'm on here advocate for the fight with Errol Spence and Bud not to happen. But I'm talking realistic. When we talk about reality right now, right? We got to talk about, we don't think that fight is going. I think that Bud and Crawford, they're going to fight. I think that the fight going to happen. I don't think the fight going to happen next. So if the fight doesn't happen next, and we're talking about Bud Crawford, this shit ain't got nothing to do with Errol Spence to me right now. We're talking about Bud Crawford. What's his next move? You got cats breathing down his throat, calling him out, and you supposed to be the most, because y'all say that he the boogeyman. He's the boogeyman. He's the real boogeyman in the division, right? Now that Errol Spence is the big fish and everybody want to go get that big money, y'all ran with the narrative that Terence Crawford now is the boogeyman of the division. Okay, cool. Well, if you're the boogeyman of the division, last time I checked, the boogeyman didn't have people calling him out. And if the boogeyman do have people calling him out, hey, he's stepping up to the table, taking all top challenges. So, I guess all we can sit back is, what we gonna do? What y'all gonna do? What y'all gonna do? That's all I'm asking. All I want to, just like everybody else on the panel, all we want to see is the best fight the best. That's all we want to see.
Keon, let me ask you a question, right? If you're stating that you want 50-50 with Errol Spence, right? And that your excuses, his numbers are that he has the better fights, or it's the opponents first, because in my group they said, oh, it was because he fought Mikey. That was Mikey did the numbers, right? And then when he did the same numbers with Porter, and let's remember when Porter fought Ugas in California, the arena was empty. Right? Yeah, so now they do 350, they do 300 to 350 with Porter, right? So why now, if this guy Porter is right at your door and he's the mandatory and he just did 350,000 buys with the same guy, and he's your mandatory, and you had an opportunity to, because all Bud fans, they go off fantasy. They go, oh, whenever you mention a top welterweight for him to fight, they say, oh, Bud gonna stop him before they even get in the ring. He gonna stop Porter, even though Porter never been stopped before. But then when a person says, "Oh yeah, Earl gonna stop Danny," then they say, "Oh, he ain't never been stopped before." So it's always like with them looking in the mirror about themselves when they looking at the other side. But the point that I'm making is, if you have been yanked off pay-per-view by your own network, let's keep it 100. Because that's what happened, all right? Because when you go see, like Errol Spence, they tried Mikey, they went pay-per-view, it was successful, they went ahead and did another one. It was successful, they went ahead and just did another one with DSG. You do a pay-per-view, Bob Arum comes on here and leaks all the information, talk about I lost all this damn money, and then we notice after you do the pay-per-view with Khan, Mean Machine is not a pay-per-view, and now Kell Brook is not a pay-per-view, right? So if you in the negative with the pay-per-view, and Earl just did 350 with Shawn Porter, and Manny did 600,000 with Keith Thurman, why don't y'all throw a pay-per-view with those guys, right? Because Velasquez ain't had no belt, right? Khan didn't have no belt, right? Okay. Benavidez ain't have no belt, right? So it can't be about the belts, because y'all taking fights with guys who don't have belts. You know what I'm saying? So now you have the chance to put yourself on that stage. But the further they go, it's like the deeper the hole they're digging for themselves to be 60-40. Like I said this today in my group. They got the wrong guy doing the business for them. And that's I can say that. They can't say that because they're not in a position where they can say stuff like that. But the boxing public can say it, because you take a look at the Brook fight, right? Didn't the Tank fight happen before the Brook fight? Wasn't the Tank fight date moved so they could have a live gate? Wasn't the Earl Spence fight after the Brook fight? Didn't they move it from the 21st to the 5th to have a live gate? Right? So why didn't Bob move it to have a live gate? Even if it's not a pay-per-view. But the fact remains, you got a guy that, y'all sign a contract to, who's an old dog, who ain't trying to learn no new tricks, right? And is saying everything wrong about what the other side is doing and coming out. I thought it was laughable. Bob Arum comes out with the pay-per-view numbers for Errol Spence and Danny Garcia before any media sources do, and of course lowballs it. But when it came to the Bud and Khan fight, he didn't know his own numbers for over 3 weeks.
That's some straight facts. And big facts right there.
You know, but we supposed to sit here, and be duped by what he's saying, right? Which makes zero sense. All they've been doing the whole time, when they want to say, you guys is wearing Spence drawers. Well, I mean, if you just said that you don't need him, you could go into a Hall of Fame and you don't care about that fight no more and all this other stuff, and the mandatory comes up, and then Bob Arum says, well, Porter's a big fight, but Spence is a huge fight. Well, who wearing who drawers? You feel me? Because it seems like the most relevancy that they have is being attached to Errol Spence, right? So I said this before. I thank God that Errol Spence made it back the way he did from that car wreck. But what would they have done if he didn't? What would they have done if he didn't? Because everything is attached to him. You know what I'm saying? And I made the analogy today in my group again. It's like Bob Arum is Jane St. Patrick, and Bob Arum is like Tommy Egan, and Heyman's like Jane St. Patrick. It's like, bro, you're not smarter than this guy. You've been losing every single time. You're wild and erratic. You throw your own guy under the bus after he wins a fight. He wins a fight, and then you release through the Athletic all this negative stuff about him, right? And then say you ain't gonna promote this guy no more. We're gonna throw you to my son-in-law. And then once he sees Bud is at the fight, now all of a sudden he's trying to promote for them again. Like the whole shit, like this is like, I keep saying it, like this whole situation over there is like some Get Out shit. You know, it's like I want to take the little coffee mug and put my spoon around it or something, and then wake them up, because it's like none of this stuff makes any sense to anyone except y'all. It don't make any sense what's going on over there. So look, y'all got a mandatory. You know, it's already been leaked. We don't know who leaked it. I'm not gonna believe Bob over my own people because he's a known liar. But it's already been leaked about the contract in October 2021. So take the reins into your own hands. You have a mandatory, right? Go fight your mandatory. Most fighters only fight twice a year, right? So you go fight your mandatory sometime in 2021, mid 2021, and then walk out of your contract. You just did a pay-per-view. Now you've done business with the quote unquote the other side of the street. And now you could go to the PBC and then make the fights that we want. But we hearing stuff about you going to 135 and Jose Ramirez and Virgil Ortiz, and like, come on, you know, like make it make sense to the boxing public, and you can't constantly just tell the boxing public when they ask you questions that we don't know shit about boxing. That's just a lame duck excuse for someone who actually really has no answers.
Yes, he didn't have no answers. Y'all seen it. He didn't have no answers. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have no answers. 503.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Before we get up out of here, man, I got to get ready to get up out of here, man. What's your take on all that, man?
I mean, shit, bro. Like the homie just said, you feel me? Loyal to the boxing game. He on point. Money on point too. My whole thing is, dog. How much more longer is these Bud fans gonna advocate for this shit, bro? Like, I heard one person in the chat saying talking about first is Brook, now it's Bud, and y'all said Brook was his best fight. Yeah, because every fight that he go up in is his best fight, because he haven't fought no elite fighters at 147, and that's the problem. If he fight Danny Garcia, that's Terence Crawford's best fight today. He fight Keith Thurman, that's his best fight today. He fight Earl Spence, that's his best fight. He fight Pacquiao, that's his best fight. We're going to continue to say this because he's not fighting anybody. Kell Brook was a good fill-in fight. You know what I'm saying? During the pandemic, you know what I'm saying? But let's not get it fucked up, bro. Kell Brook wanted that fight. He was desperate to get that fight. I don't think that Shawn Porter, Keith Thurman, Earl Spence, and Pacquiao is in the same position as a Kell Brook, bro. So Vomac can sit up there and say Bud can do whatever he want to do. We don't know shit about boxing. I sound dumb as fuck when I'm talking and all this. You can say all that, bro. But at the end of the day, guess what? We still gonna be entertained by boxing. We still gonna have good fights on. We still gonna see these big fights, bro. And with that attitude that y'all have, Vomac, Terence Crawford is not gonna be at the dance. He not gonna be on the merry-go-round. He not gonna be on the roller coaster. He not gonna be in the conversation. He not gonna be at the amusement park when all these guys is on the merry-go-round doing their thug thizzle. He not gonna be there. He not gonna be walking through the fire. He not gonna be a fireman. Like Teddy Atlas say, Bud ain't no fireman, bro. I think he's CBD. I don't even think he Bud. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at with it, man. Nigga, they selling you in the store at the corner store. You know what I'm saying? In a little glass container. You know what I'm saying? You ain't no real Bud at the dispensary, bro. You ain't walking through the smoke no more. You know what I'm saying? Real talk, man. Bro, we do this shit every day, bro. We always talking about Terence Crawford this, Terence Crawford that. Who else doing this shit? ESPN ain't doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Top ain't doing it.
And they need to be, not to cut you off, 503, I'm gonna let you go, but they need to be appreciative of this shit that we doing because we the ones doing all the promoting for them.
Exactly.
I told Money that the other day.
Exactly. And Vomac want to come on here and say we sound dumb. We don't know shit about boxing. We wearing Earl Spence draws. Come on, dog. We can't help it that Earl Spence getting all the fights and he looking good and his numbers is saying consistent. Loyal to the boxing game just said it. I was listening to the homie Cook. He just said it. They threw Terence Crawford on fucking pay-per-view. The shit didn't do good, so they took his ass off. When you don't do the numbers and you don't make the money, they take your ass off. And that's what happened. You got took off a pay-per-view because you wasn't doing the numbers. And that's why Bob Arum leaked all the information, like Loyal to the Boxing Game said. He leaked all the information to Mike Coppinger. He came on and he said that Terence Crawford is losing him money. That's because he not doing good numbers. They ain't making no money. They not profiting. The numbers ain't good. The gate ain't good. They can't sell Terence Crawford. Have you ever heard anybody on? Have you ever heard Sam Watson say that? Brandon Watson. You ain't never heard none of the Watson brothers say, "Oh, well, we ain't making no money off of Earl Spence Jr. We losing money off of Earl Spence Jr. We losing money off of Deontay Wilder." You ain't heard them niggas say no. You ain't never heard them say no shit like that. But we still come on this motherfucker day in and day out. We advocate for Terence Crawford. We try to get Terence Crawford in the mix, and we constantly get disrespected and shitted on by Vomac and by these Terence Crawford fanboys. And if y'all gonna continue to have that, we can do what the fuck we want to do attitude. We gonna continue to have that same motherfucker attitude.
And I really tried to, advocate for Bud and them. I really tried to advocate for Bud and them.
Yeah.
And Vomac came, and Vomac came in, and now it is what it is. Now Vomac came, and shit. He said what he had to say, so it is what it is from here on out. Man, like I said, man, I'm getting ready to get up out of here. Man, all y'all hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel, Everything Boxing and Sports. If you're not already, subscribe to the channel on YouTube, Everything Boxing and Sports, and hit that like button, because it don't make no sense if you've been in here the whole time and you ain't hit the like button, right? Then go subscribe to my man Money Brown TV, right? Go subscribe to 503 Lion, right? You going on later on, ain't you? 503, you going on?
Yeah, I'm gonna be on at 5:30, man. Flex Friday on right here on YouTube. Follow me on Smoke City Mobcast on Facebook and Instagram, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be on the lookout for me.
Right. Then like I said, Money Brown TV, he dropping that smoke every day for y'all. Y'all already know my man, Loyal to the Game Boxing Talk. If you on Facebook, right? and you in these boxing groups and you not a member of Loyal to the Game Boxing Talk, when we get off here, you need to go right now, right? Go on your Facebook account and shoot a request to Loyal to the Game Boxing Talk. You know, my man Kwame East, he got the best boxing group that's out there. And then
the best boxing group on Facebook, hands down, like 630.
Real talk.
Facts,
And then my man's right, my man Batman. Y'all can go right. You can see Batman every Sunday on Big Drew Titan, right? Him, Batman, and Big Drew Titan be cooking every Sunday. Let them know what time y'all go on, Batman.
7 o'clock, early Sunday at 7. And if you want to contact me in any way, you can go on IG. Everything's still cruddy. And, and can I say this last thing? Because I wanted to say this.
Go ahead.
I was cooking. Tank Davis beat Bud Crawford pay-per-view numbers in the fucking pandemic. But he wasn't it. But Terence wasn't in the pandemic when he did pay-per-view.
Combined.
That's real.
That's crazy.
That's real. These is facts, and this is not hating, because if you speaking facts, it's not hating, right? Now, if you're making up shit that's not actual facts, then it's hating. But these are all facts we speaking of, right? Kurt Anderson off in the building with the super chat. Appreciate you, Kurt. Appreciate you, Kurt. And Sheena says, great show. We appreciate everybody in the building. We appreciate everybody that's tuned in. Like I said, we get on here, right? And we know everybody got opinions, and we all got opinions. I have my opinion. Everybody on the panel got their opinion. But when we talking this shit, we speaking facts, right? We talking shit that's really been said, that's really happened. So you can't say that, oh, we fanboys and this. No, we talking the facts of things that really took place and everything that really happened. But Money, what's your last word before we get up out of here? You on mute, Money, I think.
You hear me, Keith?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Man, I want to appreciate everybody for coming through, rocking with me and my boy Keith, man. Much love to everybody in the chat that came through showing love. Much love to everybody, for riding it out with us. The bet, whenever that bet signal in the air, bet coming through.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to my bro 503. Like I say, go subscribe to the Young Lion on the Rise. Shouts out to Kwame East, the best boxing group on YouTube, hands down. No debating. There's no other boxing group that's touching them. You feel me? But man, y'all make sure y'all subscribe to me on Monty Brown TV, like we said, and follow me on Instagram at Monty_the-writer. We do good work over there as well, man. It's all love to everybody. It's no hard feelings towards nothing. It's just facts. That's how we go play it, Like I tell y'all every day, man, we match energy with energy around this sport. You feel me? Shouts out to Bo Mac for coming through, being a good sport. You know what I'm saying? Turning up the conversation, riding for his boy as he should do. And like I said, you got the right to do whatever you want to do. You have that right. You can do whatever you want to do. Y'all are in position to do that. But when you come to somebody else front door and you fucking with their business, and you try to come and bring your little 50 million to their 100 million, don't think you're finna get more than what more than you expected, dog. So at the end of the day, move right on your chessboard, dog. Move right. But it's all love to everybody, man. We'll be back with another one, man. Y'all know how I get down, man. Straight, real boxing facts. Bo Mac, but big dog status, man. Let me quit bullshit. Yeah.
Hey, Kwame Eats, man. But let everybody know, man, before we get up out of here.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Y'all could definitely come to the boxing group on Facebook, Loyal to the Game Boxing, and starting not this weekend but next weekend, my YouTube page will be launched as well, which is Loyal to the Game Boxing. Hopefully, I could work something out with Everything Boxing and Monty, kind of like how the LDBC has a next lapping show right after theirs, because I get off at that time and I'll be able to fill in and we could do some more cooking as well. So shout out to Monty Brown, shout out to Everything Boxing, shout out to everyone on the panel, Batman, 503. I'm getting ready to subscribe to you as well, and just all love, and I appreciate you guys.
Yes, sir. And make sure y'all be on the lookout for that Loyal to the Game Boxing talk, his YouTube channel. We could all go support him, and yeah, man, I appreciate everybody that tuned in today. I appreciate every single one of y'all. And y'all already know how I do. You know, there you go talking that boxing again. I don't watch reality TV. I watch boxing. Salute to everybody in the building. We out.